control in hand and a headset on my head. I'll guide you through life, it's a game I'm learning to master. We'll escape to virtual worlds where the possibilities are endless. From fantasy lands to sci-fi battles, we'll be relentless. But it's not just about the gameplay, it's about the connections we make. Coming together with friends is the joy we create. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, here to spread the cheer. Join me on this adventure, where gaming wipes away the tears. We'll level up in life, with every high score we achieve. Come game out with me, and together we'll achieve happiness in our way. Won't fall the pain, but it doesn't have to stay that way. That goofy counselor going to show us the way. I'm the gaming counselor, here to save the day, promoting self-care in my own special way. With a mouse and control in hand and a headset on my head, I'll guide you through life, it's a game I'm learning to master. We'll escape to virtual worlds where the possibilities are. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, counselor who games out. I'm the gaming counselor, the counselor who games out. I'm the gaming counselor, it's not just about the gameplay, it's about connections we make. Coming together with friends, it's the joy we create. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, let's break the chain. Really work we're witness. But it's not just about the gameplay, it's about the connections we make. Coming together with friends, it's the joy we create. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, here to spread the cheer. Join me on this adventure, where gaming wipes away the tears. We'll level up in life, with every high score we achieve. Come game out with me, and together we'll achieve happiness in our way. I'm the gaming counselor, the counselor who games out. I'm the gaming counselor, it's not just about the gameplay, it's about connections we make. Coming together with friends, it's the joy we create. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, please break the chain. Really wait we're with this. And it's not just about the gameplay, it's about the connections we make. Coming together with friends, it's the joy we create. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, here to spread the cheer. Join me on this adventure, where gaming wipes away the tears. We'll level up in life, with every high score we achieve. Come game out with me, and together we'll achieve happiness in our way. I'm the gaming counselor, here to save the day, promoting self-care in my own special way. With a mouse and control in hand and a headset on my head, I'll guide you through life, it's a game I'm learning to master. We'll escape to virtual worlds where the possibilities are endless. From fantasy lands to sci-fi battles, we'll be relentless. But it's not just about the gameplay, it's about the connections we make. Coming together with friends, it's the joy we create. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, here to spread the cheer. Join me on this adventure, where gaming wipes away the tears.
don't know where the fuck this is going. I don't know what's going on anymore. Help! I don't know what's going on anymore. Ah! What the fuck? Nope. No, almost. Nope. Oh, there we go. We're there. We got there. We got there. We got there. By the way, if anyone tells you I don't take a shower, wow, it looks like I have a big ass bald spot, but all my hair's combed in a different way. I didn't realize it. Do I actually have a bald spot there? Can't tell whenever I actually have my hair actually cleaned and stretched out. It does look like I got a bald spot. Oh, sorry, Chad. I'm still kind of like stretching. By the way, just an update. I finally unpackaged the electric cat shitter, the electric litter box, and I actually took the time to put together today. And then I started laundry because I do laundry again. Midweek laundry sucks, but here we are. Midweek. It's Tuesday. Listen, Monday and Tuesday are the longest days of the week. Don't let anyone tell you anything differently. They count for half a week. Monday and Tuesday count for half a week. We're just letting people come into the stream, and then we plan on reacting to the main topic today. We will be doing other stuff. By the way, thank you for. By the way, just so you know, I wear this hat every single day to work, and I have wore this hat since high school. This thing is older than all my students. There's not a single student in the school I work that this hat is not older than. That's right. This thing is a relic. This thing belongs into a museum. I wore this before fedoras were cool, and then they became edgy. I've lived through that, where there was a whole time where everyone wanted to wear a fucking fedora, and it pissed me the fuck off. I'm like, bitch, I wore this before they were cool. And now that people have moved on, now it's edgy to wear them. I'm like, but I wore them before they were even edgy. It's not fair, man. You ruined it for me. Not everyone that sees a fedora thinks of like Redditors, which is bullshit because I don't even do Reddit. I mean, I technically do. I just post my own videos. That's kind of it on this. And I don't even know if anyone uses it. I just put it out there just to see if anyone will to get more viewage of the videos. I don't even keep up with it. This is like 4 fucking days ago. It's just there. It's paperweight. That's all this shit is. It's paperweight. You can't even see because I have full screen. Fedoras were never cool. Oh, they were a fad. They were a fad. Everyone fucking wore them. Like, I remember this was, wow, what year was it? It's got to be after I graduated. Everyone and their fucking brother was like, fedoras. Bro, you rock it like myself and the legend Raymond Reddington. Oh, hey, Discord mod. Yeah, that too. Discord mod. It's like, it's the bullshit. This hat's older than any fad that has come out about fedoras. Like, even before like Reddit was like a thing, this hat existed. Actually, when did, I'm about to Google this real quick. When was Reddit made? When was Reddit made? In 2005? Okay, maybe it wasn't, it's not that old. It's like six years later, but like, who was mainstreaming Reddit for like Reddit mod stuff? 1990s. What's up, the Saints? Hello, Armor, Core Kid, Ratington, Zeno, Hades, Pharaoh, Jojo, Outsiders. I think I caught up with everyone. F-Kit, Mustachio. Classes in session. Welcome to the counselor's office. Scholars. Anyone else I'm missing? Anyone else? 1990s fedora year. No, it was after that. It was like the young kids. It was a fad for the young kids, not the adults. It was a young kid thing. And I know this because I was pissed off when it happened. All right. It's time to jump in, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to jump in and talk about the drama. That's right. It's time to get into it. Hold on to your butts. I'm trying to set, because I want to start a video on this. So I don't know like the best way to do it. Let's just do it like I'm doing a video. You guys can come for the journey. Are you coming? I'm coming. All right, let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the counselor's office. Scholars! It's not been a good week at all for Bungie. Not at all. It's not been a good week at all for them. It's crazy how worse things can get. Bungie did their epic Desert Perpetual. And I think we all have learned that they should never do an epic raid again. It was a colossal failure. From people not even wanting to participate in it, from people not even like watching it. Like, I've not seen raid numbers, day one raid numbers be so low. And not that, you have Bungie helping racers cheat. That's right. Bungie's helping raiders cheat. Who would have thought this is 2025? This is where we're at in life. Let's just jump into it, shall we? Let's just jump into it. So the epic raid, by the way, my personal opinions is that I like the final boss arena. It's really cool. It's really unique. However, and I think I share in most of the community's opinion about this and why the epic raid was such a failure, is that it was 90% a prestige raid until the final encounter, which was just a new encounter. They took the boss and just made a new encounter by taking all other bosses and throwing it together. Why wasn't this just the normal raid? Or why didn't they just take the original and then add this on top of it so it's a 5 encounter raid versus just a 4? So that I think it's a miss on that, because it could have been a longer raid. It could have been like a complete boss gauntlet, right? It would have been cool in that regard. But of course, Bungie just doesn't do that for some reason. They're like, eh. But as you can see, really cool design, not very popular. Oh, we'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to more about the news on that. But yes, Bungie said that they were going to crack down on cheaters, not people doing recovs. I mean, people actually cheating. And lo and behold, we have some victims of the crosshairs. It's Bungie tradition at this moment to ban a top player every month. By the way, it is funny. Does she know? I do not. Clearly. It is funny that the moment that top players, Pine got banned, and he was a top Destiny raider, got banned and didn't get unbanned. It is crazy how everyone wants to feign it was a false ban or try to come up with some generic ass reason like, oh, because we're talking about cheats in the chat and that's why we got banned. Sure. And of course, we have people desperately saying, I got banned while I was streaming. God, there's never been a point in streaming history for video games where people were caught cheating. No, not me. I would never stream and cheat at the same time, even though it's happened in Call of Duty. I'm sure it's happened in Battlefield. Hell, everyone can name a game where someone was caught cheating. Just because you stream doesn't mean you weren't cheating. I'm just gonna plead that. I'm gonna hard cheat one day and be like, guys, I'm streaming. I streamed it. Those wall hacks, dude, I'm streaming. I'm not cheating. What, you can see through the walls? Guys, I was live streaming. I wasn't cheating. Friend of mine, Zorla, banned during the epic raid race. This player is legit and confirmed and was false banned. He's trying to grind a race in the next dungeon day 1, so any sort of support is appreciated. Well, he can do that on a new account. Nah, Michael, this shit is frying me, bro. Keep it up. Much love. World's first DLC, GoFundMe. And another one, despite streaming and anti-cheat, my teammate Annoyed got banned mid-run after killing Agrios. We have a VOD and proof There is no cheating happening. VOD up and until Annoyed got banned for those interested. Bro forgot to unplug the Chronos and lag switch. Next time, don't say disrespectful words like shit or the dreaded F word. Disrespect of any kind is against TOS. Oh, did they get banned for dropping the F word? Oh, because that is so sad. That is the case. Ban Salt. Nice turret, dumbass. During final, if they're gonna ban. Guess what, bud? If that's the case, literally everyone would be banned. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I do not think that that's what Bungie, like, I don't think so. But unless it was live and you could hear it during the live stream that Bungie was watching, maybe. But I think it's a little too convenient. Just a little too convenient. I'm just saying. Just a little too convenient. But yeah, everyone, you have content creators going and saying the epic raid was they cooked with the final and the new boss mechanics are way better. Okay, cool. Why wasn't this just the base raid then? Do you guys think they'll do another one? This was the viewership of the raid, or not viewership, but the people playing. Remember, Edge of Fate was under 100K, but then the raid came out and it was like 108K people playing. And if you thought, oh, well, after they beat the raid, the numbers went up. Just because normal was unlocked doesn't mean people were playing that shit. Especially since just playing epic, you're at a delta. Nope. Nope. There it is. Epic raid definitely cleared hard. Master prestige raids, if this is what we should expect forward. Yep, very hard. Bungie sold the epic raid as something new by cutting off an encounter from base raid and releasing it weeks later. So yeah, it wasn't necessary for an epic raid to be released. And that's exactly what it is. All it was a prestige raid with the mechanics that they added to the 3 other encounters. And then they added a new encounter. I'm sorry. I don't think you should ever name something epic if it's not actually epic. And I think it hurt them more by releasing this shit 3 months later, or 2 to 3 months later. You know, when everyone stopped playing the fucking DLC. What is the current? Someone said to check. Oh my God. Yeah, maybe. Guys, do you think they cooked? Do you think Bungie all that time and effort into the raid? Do you think they're saving the game? One encounter, by the way. Everyone wants to glaze the shit. This one encounter. This one encounter. By the way, I'm going to close these as we go so I can keep track. One encounter. Did I lose track of it? I think I did. Yeah, one encounter. People are glazing the shit out of it. That's not how that works. There's nothing wrong with having a raid variant, bro. But this is not a variant. They just held off that final encounter from the base raid and then released it weeks later as a new and improved raid. This is a variant. It's literally the epic version. They didn't hold it off. It was meant for the epic variant. They said ahead of time it would feature additional mechanics and different encounter. They mentioned this ahead of time, bruh. Like, they announced the differences. It has differences, but it still has the core raid. I don't know what you were trying to spin with this narrative. Guys, that's literally how it is. Bungie. Oh, this is the other guy. Bungie can really give you an incomplete raid and you'll eat it up. Yeah, that's all it is. If you don't think that this was actually shaped and designed outside of the final encounter, you're stupid as fuck. They literally designed this raid, swapped out the last encounter. Everything else is literally the same shit. With it's a prestige raid. They sold you a pre-cooked raid and took one encounter out, and that's it. But it's the epic raid, bro. Yeah, it's epic. We're doing epic numbers with it. Woo! In fact, it was so bad. If you Salted Greppo even calling this shit out. This really shows how poor of a job Bungie did at hyping up this raid race. I don't think it was Bungie's fault. Well, it is their fault, but not for hyping up the raid. I think it's just people weren't excited for the raid in general. This epic Desert Perpetual was a banger with a brand new final boss, and despite being easier than the original DP, which it was, which is funny, everyone who beat it is like, this is easier, especially after the final was fully known. There are the clear numbers. Yeah, less people. This was the hardest, and yet more people, unironically, if you think about it, this emblem has more value because of how hard it was, but less people. So the rarity is cranked to the fucking 9. Oh, well, enjoy your emblem, unless you're trying to sell your account. No one gives a shit. But it's so fucking funny that even Salt's like, yo, this is bad. You just can't, the numbers. One is easier than the other, but the one that's easy has less. It's a literally 2% versus a 4%. God damn. And again, like I said, you got content creators glazing the balls of Bungie, trying to make this sound like this is the greatest thing ever. The epic raid final boss is the greatest radic encounter has ever produced. I do not believe so. I think there's been some better moments. I think Rolk is a fantastic encounter. And the fact that people are raving about speaks how absolutely far gone the game is. Well, at least they're being honest and not blaming the community. I don't want to be a doomer, but if that encounter can't save the game, nothing can. GG. That encounter can't save the game. I would agree if there was a way to see the first Chrono, whatever. I personally thought going back in time with the knowledge of Chrono alignment was pretty cool and not that hard to put together. And yeah, the boss not shooting you at you is a complaint I have as well. Didn't say it was perfect. How can a single encounter save the game? Saving the game, probably bad wording. It just feels jarring having such an incredible singular element to be so overshadowed by this. Yes! What are you talking about? One singular element. Who gives a fuck about one singular element? Dog, no one spends $40 for one singular encounter. They spend $40 for an entire package. Guys, you spent $100K on a car, but all you give a shit is that it has a nice radio. Forget everything else about the package. That radio though. That radio good? Oh goddamn! Did you see that radio? Fuck the rest of the car. That radio though. That radio good. It's just funny that people live in this delusion, and it's just mostly content creators and anyone that's like overly obsessed. And like, when I say obsessed, I mean like Destiny is their life. They live in this delusional bubble as if this is it, man. Are you saying Parabellum cheated? Yes, they did, and we'll get to it. Yep, here we go. Well, Bungie got their new script. Oh, they got their new script from Bungie. Boy, I was fucking wrong. I think it's hard to argue Desert Perpetual isn't one of the best pieces of content in the entire franchise. It's definitely contending for my favorite raid. By the way, he can have that opinion. That's his opinion. Impressed with the epic raid, to be honest. We'll talk about it more later. Again, you can have that opinion. Desert Perpetual epic contest complete. Absolutely blown away how much fun and different this was compared to the base raid. It's the final boss is the only thing that's different. The other one just has a slight mechanic change. It's a glorified prestige raid. The epic raid was actually awesome. Desert Perpetual is definitely the best Destiny raid. Rad team cooked. I will say Not Swap did literally nothing and should be scrapped. I agree. 10 out of 10. Well done, Bungie. Very much looking forward to the next one. If there is one. If there is one. All right. So for those who want to know, here we go. Let's get into the drama. Parabellum, world's first raiding team. If you weren't been paying attention, there was bubblings, there was rumors, there was supposed leaks, and there was a lot of shit under the hood happening until it was actually verified. So we have Numo. I don't think it's a hot take to say this. Bungie raid playtesters should not be teaching team raid mechanics on day one, especially when 1, those raid mechanics are unsolved. 2, not even 5 teams have cleared the raid. Have some shame. Drop the name. It's public shaming time. And people are being hushing. They're not actually calling out yet because we didn't have any actual proof, right? Not anything just yet. Those who know, it wasn't even subtle either. It was so obvious. Did they just really go AFK for 10 minutes then come back and know everything? I didn't see. Well, their damage magically increased by 200% on the first 2 mini phases about 15 to 20 minutes after Salt's team cleared, and they weren't gambling like my team decided to do. Sure, this violated an actual NDA, right? We'll see. It continues. We have Rosie. This 100,000 times, even if no NDA is broken, is super shitty that certain teams get an advantage for a good placement. Even if it's not legally wrong, it doesn't mean it's not morally wrong for a fair race. It's called cheating. I definitely think the rule should be no Bungie dev influence until contest is over. I just think getting strategies from people who have been limit testing the raid for a long period of time kind of ruins the contest experience. We're continuing on. We're continuing on, guys. We're continuing on. To all the smart, wonderful people replying to this, the tweet I replied to allegedly A Bungie employee coached a team in the world's first race, and B, he broke his NDA and gave info to his team before and during the race. Both claims are completely false, which is why the tweet's deleted. That's right, guys. Bungie did not coach a world's first race team, didn't give them information. Parabellum, we can't extend damage phase. Bravo. Bravo during this 10 minutes. Yeah. Not sure if it's confirmed if he lost his job, but that 100% should not have happened. He should have not given info to Parabellum. If that doesn't violate his NDA or other internal rules, he should not be punished for it. Should be amended so it doesn't happen again. But if he had a large impact on DP in the epic version of the race, losing him sucks. This raid is the best we've ever gotten, not close. That's right. People are celebrating it because Aiden, a former Bungie employee, was a raid tester, lost their fucking job for helping Parabellum cheat by giving him inside information. That's right. Parabellum had inside help. They fired. He used to have that he worked. He has no Bungie affiliation anymore. They helped Parabellum cheat on the new raid. And people are memeing on it. With all the recent info coming to light, Tier 1 is looking for a new scout coach for future rad stuff. Requirements: must have inside information, must be willing to break NDA to give information, 6 months advantage on mechanics. Damn. That's right. Parabellum had a Bungie employee. Someone who, by the way, if you ever want to know, is it a good idea to hire content creators / raid racers to work at your company? The answer is probably fucking no now, because they hired this guy who used to be part of the world's first team for Parabellum. And now he doesn't have a job because he was helping his former team. Man, it's just not a good day for Bungie. It's almost like you shouldn't hire the people who make a living off your video game. Totally wouldn't try to help their friends or anyone else who was formerly associated with them. Totally. It's crazy. His contract was probably up and didn't get renewed. Let's be real. Sure, buddy. Or he could have got promoted and just waited for a new job title. Lead game designer, bravo. The first thing to come up mind that we lost even more QA staff. He is in fire indeed. I hid name to avoid harassment towards this individual initially, but yes, he broke NDA and leaked raid mechanics to his clan friends so they could get a better placement. This is the dumbest stuff I've heard in a minute. People have no brain in their head. If you ever want to know, by the way, I think it's comical that people are still calling me a cheater for asking for getting a recov to fluff up my account to sell it. Meanwhile, you have a world's first raid team, actually has a world first, cheating from the help of inside Bungie. Recovery to sell accounts, actually cheating, getting help from Bungie. I now have a complete counter to anyone that calls me a cheater. I think you're thinking of Parabellum. You know, the raid race, the world's first that got help from Bungie. Those are the real cheaters. And now, is this something that is breaking Bungie's terms of service? Well, considering I don't think Bungie ever thought they were going to hire former world's first raiders as part of their team. But then at the same time, I don't think they expected those same people to give inside information to a team going for world's first. So no, it may not be breaking TOS, but we all fucking know what cheating is. I hate all cheaters, but the ones that are held up as legit players are the worst. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I think they clearly had an advantage. Even though it's not part of Bungie's terms of service, these people, everyone in the team should get banned. Like, I don't know what the definition of cheating is when Bungie literally tells you the mechanics. When someone literally gives you a silver dish, like, here's the solution to maximize and just get this shit done. Absolutely, Parabellum, the whole team should be disqualified. They should have their placement removed and they should be banned. They won't, because Bungie's going to give them a fast pass. They're going to do it. They're just going to they're going to act like, no, guys, nothing to see here. Bungie's going to be like, what? We don't see anything. What? What's that? We don't have insight. We can't see anything. We don't have any insiders giving in. No, what? We would never do that. Here at Bungie, we're honest. You can know mechanics, but it still takes skill to make it happen. Not necessarily. Not necessarily, considering it was literally a switch. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. They knew the basics, but they didn't know how to amp the damage. And I think that's the big thing, right? They didn't legitly figure out how to increase their damage. And so that's the big problem, right? And people are like, yeah, they went from struggling to do some extra damage to they just did massive damage out of fucking nowhere, right? You have to remove their belt now too. Listen, we don't know how long this person from Parabellum. Actually, I think this person got hired after they got world's first. It's a pattern game, not a skill game. I mean, at this point, there is no skill. You have multiple people getting banned for cheating. You've got Pine, who is a world first raider and dungeoneer, getting banned for cheating. Like, now you have blatant cheating from these races. Like, who knows how much? Here's the funny thing is, I guarantee you there are more top players that are cheating. The difference is they are not getting caught. People celebrating Bravo losing his job because he affected their stupid ass raid report numbers are the same people who are positively impacted by him working at Bungie. If you enjoyed either of the last contest experiences, you shouldn't be celebrating. No one should be celebrating him losing his job, and technically he should not have lost his job because he did not break NDA. Isn't it crazy? Everyone's trying to support their former raid friend. It's crazy. He should lose his job. The only thing that half this community gives a shit about is their numbers. Listen, I'm gonna make fun of it. Like, I agree with him. They're stupid ass raid reports. No one gives a shit about it. But the people that do, have at it, right? I'm gonna make fun of you, but you have a right to enjoy it and like it and want to care about it. And if it's one of the damn things that you have any like enjoyment in, like, pop off, but you have Bungie or people working at Bungie who are actively rooting that, I mean, it's not fair. The elitism is on another level. That being said, we both should be agreeing that he shouldn't be telling teams how to do mechanics, and that shortly after World's First, like at least waiting until 24 hours is up. I think everyone, including Parabellum and Bravo, agree it was dumb, and it certainly wasn't planned prior to the raid, but getting Bravo fired was 100% the goal of the Indebted. Damn! They're Indebted Nemo when they made their original tweets that started the witch hunt and Twitter misinformation storm. Damn, it is funny. They are going after each other now. Can you point to the one that was said by an Indebted member that was misinformation? None of us said he for sure he broke NDA. Damn, the guy that got banned himself for cheating is now calling out. The only people saying he for sure didn't are you guys, which is based on what exactly? Have you seen the NDA contract yourself, or is that just what he told you? Also, believe it or not, a company can fire someone even if they aren't in direct violation of a legally binding contract. If they think he did something stupid, which he did, and if this also wasn't his first time being accused of something like this. Sorry, I'm gonna try to lower this just a little bit for my ears. They have every right to end his contract if they feel like it. The only reason where the first one's pointing this one out is because we have already had multiple instances of being told about Bravo leaking shit about raids and not saying they are all true, but some of them 100% are. The fact that he got a second chance and still decided to. So this person, so Parabellum has been cheating, or yeah, they've been cheating multiple raids. This confirms it from someone from Indebted. Pine from Indebted is now leaking that Bravo, the person who got fired, they've already been caught once. Holy. Dude, I love the drama. I'm here for it, baby. Because even when this is some of the funniest shit, is when the top players literally beat each other off and then they slit each other's throat the moment that something comes up. What if possibility of NDA being broken is there? What if the NDA is in place until World's First has been verified and announced? That seems like the most plausible case, in my opinion. Yes, dude, exactly. Keep in mind, he leaked the mech before Bungie had even tweeted a team clear. His only defense is he saw Elysium clear on Evan's stream, so he leaked. What if someone on Elysium said some dumb shit in the clan chat like I did and got okay. I said dumb stuff. I said some dumb stuff, guys. I said I was cheating. Fine, we know you're cheating. Bro, you're a fast typer. Holy shit. He definitely should have waited for an official belt tweet, but the race was called internally when normal mode was released. Dude, it is crazy. It's ironic because he got fired himself for wanting to affect his own team's raid report numbers. He literally lost his own job all because he wanted a raid report placement. That's lunatic-ish. I agree. Listen, I've butt heads with this Calico guy and even made fun of him, but he's spitting some fucking facts. It's beating a dead horse, but the notion that he did it for his own team's raid report numbers is just not even close to the truth. Bitch, then why did he do it? Guys, I'm gonna give just you. That's right, Parabellum. I was part of your team. I'm gonna give just you this information, no one else. But I don't care about your placement numbers, guys. I don't care. I don't care, guys. Which, if that's true, then maybe he didn't know that Salt had beaten it, and they were just trying to help them get an edge to get first place. Either way, you be caught cheating. You be caught cheating. Literally getting inside information is the cheatiest of cheats. Like there's using internal cheats. to kill bosses, and then there's getting literally information on how to do the mechanic. Was this Salt's team? Was this Salt's team? No, Salt team is Elysium. Parabellum is the one that had Bravo, who was part of the world's first team and got hired to Bungie. I'm going to give you the key to the bank, but I don't care if you get rich. Exactly. Bungie can straight up remove their clear and none of them would care. No, they would. They would. They would. No. They literally just thought it sped up the annoying wait phase. No one's buying that bullshit. No one's buying that bullshit. I literally have a recorded of how it all went down, but I'm not going to post it without permission from Bravo directly, as I don't know what could or would happen. But if anyone thinks this was done all maliciously, I can disprove that in a second. Yeah, I don't think it's anything crazier than he should have just not engaged anyone with any information. What did he do? Maybe he don't violate the NDA to give your former team an unfair advantage. It doesn't really matter if it was after World's First finish. That info should have never been coming from someone at the company. I cannot fathom having that little respect for the community you came from. 100% agree. Assume the NDA expires. Yada, yada. What's going on? I've been so out of touch. I didn't realize anyone enjoyed them. It's like, yes, he did something wrong, but losing his job and this. No, fuck you. I doubt Salt and his team are legit either. Dude, I mean, that's the thing. I find it funny because there is literally like no proof. Rages that people are Barum. Oh, hot dog. Maybe if they were good enough, they wouldn't need inside. They wouldn't need inside information from Bungie if they were that good. That's crazy, Bobby. Maybe if they were that good, they wouldn't need help from inside information from Bungie. It's crazy. Wasn't this? No, you're thinking of my pause. You're thinking of Parabellum. They're the ones that cheated. You're thinking of Parabellum because we have them caught in 4K where they got personal information. In fact, it's not the first time. Thanks to Pineapples, we know this is not the first time that they've got leaked information. That's right. It's officially been leaked that this is not the first time that Bravo leaked information to Parabellum. Team China was about to rock their shit from being behind. I'm just saying, it is funny. Parallel. We can't extend damage phase. Bravo. We got you. Here before, shut up, Fed. Comments calling you an idiot. I like Fed. Which is funny. If you look at Fed, he's desperately trying to defend. He's trying to run defense for the boys. It's pretty bad. Let's see. I understand nobody should celebrate losing their job under normal circumstances. People were aware of how bad he treated some people. The amount of shit he leaked, the ego and ignorance from that guy was abhorrent. By the way, it sounds like this Bravo guy was an asshole, so fuck him. This guy sounds like he didn't treat people right, like his people who cared about him. Fuck him. Fuck him. All Parabellum, I guess. Pause. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. You could say, people like 70% were using 70% on the first race, which, by the way, we don't even know if Parabellum got inside information from that either. They might have, but at that point, it was all a damage check anyway, so it doesn't matter information. Scarrow was discussing the eyes mechanic extreme minutes before the raid race started. Wait, what? That's a whole different situation. By the way, we don't know how many people Bravo interacted and told. I guarantee more streamers had inside info on raids. I guarantee you're right. Listen, if there's one thing I have learned, that scouts, like, there's a lot of underground leaks. There's Destiny leaks And then there's the underground raid leaks that a lot of us are not privy to that other people are. All that, and the fact that this wasn't even his first offense, the fact that he didn't care either was again, this person is notorious for leaking and telling in personal like information multiple times. By the way, how he was not fired and removed the first time, your guess is good as fucking mine. Rumor has it there's a video evidence of you flying during the epic raid. What say you there? The rumors. Of course, all can control my character whilst being in a menu. Be careful joining about these things, Logs. This is how they got me. This is very true. Yeah, I'm sure. Like, I feel bad for the guy, but it's his own doing. He lost his job after a repeat offense of leaking shit to people. What did he expect to happen? Bungie aren't going to let shit like this slide, which is interesting. Scary, don't get me started on that. Whoa. Yeah. When did the D2 community get so sleazy, bro? Here's the fun fact. The Destiny community has always been sleazy in regard to placement. Like, there's nothing that people give more shit about than a digital number. Why do you think I did a paid recov to get the emblem to boost the value of my account? Because I know someone was going to buy it. He gave so much good head. Damn. Like, people think I'm crazy for trying to sell my account and thinking, oh, no one would buy it. Clearly, people are willing to cheat by having inside information from, like, people are willing to lose their job to give their team information for a fucking placement. If you think people are not willing to do some of the stupidest shit for this game, you're wrong. There will be always people trying to buy the stupidest shit, trying to earn placements, all that jazz. If Bravo actually compromised the integrity of the contest and gave out DPS strats, the studio management needs to have anyone who touches the rad team sign NDAs that apply to 48. He didn't break any of their rules, AF. No, apparently he did, but the rules should change. He joined the Parabellum team after World's First and helped them with their first clear on the original DP and got, oh my God, so that's what happened. The original, so they cheated on the original got 14th place. Oh my God. So they cheated and got help the first time around. I mean, he joined the Parallel team in DP because one of their members just couldn't be fucked to finish it and wanted to go to bed. Despite Bravo being a playtester, Six is still a way better play than him and would probably help them clear faster. I just don't see how any player is going to be better than someone who has been playing the raid for months. It probably doesn't change much, I agree, but the principle of it, guys, we've got this guy who has been playing the raid, who has complete experience on it. God, it doesn't matter. With this guy who's just started playing the raid, he's a better player. What do you mean? What do you mean? What the fuck do you mean? It does matter. What do you have to gain from insult? Believe it or not, Bravo himself is a fucking terrible at the game and is becoming especially obvious to me, having done both of the past two contests that he tested with him. The strat thing for the epic raid obviously helped us, but him as a player is more than a cancer. What do you have to gain from insulting a member of the community like this, honestly? By the way, are you part of Parabellum? Okay, I couldn't tell if this person was part of Parabellum because they're running some. I've seen a lot about this. If this is actually true, I totally agree. Information like this literally is detrimental to the contest placements. We immediately saw how long of a phase was gotten for 1, 2, and just stopped trying to clear the BS strats and just figured out the clear so easily. It took like 30 minutes after seeing the longer phase to figure out. Like, if we hadn't seen a long phase, our team would have just been doing the world's first clear strat. We did pretty much the same experience, just kind of soured the final boss. After world's first is cleared, I don't think it matters personally. People still play for placement. Anyone says otherwise is delusional. I think it's delusional to give a shit about placement. I'm going to be really honest. Placement doesn't fucking matter. However, you spent $40 on a fucking game. Play how the fuck you want. If a digital number makes you feel happy inside, do it, man. I don't think it should have no impact on me. but you care, pop off. Like, I think it's delusional to think that placement actually matters. It does not matter outside of the person that it actually matters to. For 90% of the community, placement doesn't, 99% of the community, it doesn't matter. However, for the 1% that plays this game specifically for placement, that's their enjoyment. They paid for that experience. Pop off. However, when you start being a cheating fuck and you start getting inside information, well, your placement really doesn't have any, value because you didn't do it legit. One of Salt's team members banned from Destiny for cheating a few years back. So here's the thing. I did a video quite a while, actually. I think it was one of the popular videos. Let me check. It's been a minute. I've had several popular videos. I don't know. It was a while back. I don't know if, okay, so it's not this one. This was after it, where I actually did like a full breakdown. I did a full breakdown of how Cruz got banned. Like I literally did step by step how Cruz got banned, and I got a dummy account banned. By the way, I still think it's funny. Bye, bitches. I bet he has never been happier that he jumped ship 7 months ago. Chris Proctor is like, I'm glad I got out of that sinking ship. I did 3 different videos. One of them was just to piss people off. But one of them was actually showcasing that he got falsely banned. I don't know where it's at. No one really gave it any attention, which is unfortunate because I actually did research for it. Anyways, I think we pretty much covered that. It's very obvious. Sure, I require context. Wait, what the fuck just happened? I've deduced we were talking about Parabellum, but why don't we just at the suspect playtester? I don't know what exactly they did and do was the proof. It's Bravo. Left for 10 minutes and immediately knew what to do. Anyways, the epic raid in a nutshell was a complete failure. It failed to get people excited. It failed to get people to watch it. It failed to get people in the door to play the game. I mean, it's reset today. Today's Tuesday. This is reset. Peak hours. Ain't no one give a fuck about it. They did such a great job. It's so epic. So, should Bungie waste their time and resources on an epic raid? No. You should use your resources where people actually give a shit. The base game. It's how the cookie crumbles. Also, you have like top raid racers actually getting banned, and then trying to play innocents. And then you also have Parabellum cheating by getting multiple times information from the same dude who's gotten caught with his pants down. And now you know. I didn't know, but now I know, and now you know too. Parabellum has cheated 2 different raids now. I have no respect for top streamers or, raid racers because you don't know who's cheating and who's not. You just don't know. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more. As always, don't forget to game out. Huzzah. Let me get a drink, guys. I'm talking for 40 minutes. Let me catch up the chat a little bit. Sorry, I missed quite a bit. Indeed. Clearly gave such good head. Remember that. Let's be real. Anyone who bought the expansion season episode ever since Black Armory. Sup, y'all? What's up, Ryan? Alexia, what's up? They ruined the game. David W. This is why for years I've had major problem with developers having close relationships with streamers. The contest modes have no integrity. Placement doesn't matter. Seesaw, you're right. Armor Core. If I'm willing to pay $130 on a ARN model kit, people will spend hundreds on games and accounts. Felix, I spent thousands on cosmetics and DLC, but not a single penny on cheats or advantages. Yep, there you go. The fact that he helped them and all that is all that matters. Who cares about placement? I mean, yeah, still getting that squeeze, right? Wasn't one of this. Okay, we already talked about that. Puzzles with puzzles and puzzles. So no normal player asked for that either. Yep, there you go. I'll renew my subscription soon. Yay! If you were asking, we appreciate that. I find it sus that Salt's team purposely paused at the final race just to watch the other team fail and then proceed. Low key. Well, that's because they have. You've got to think. It's not really sus because every person rating for World's First has coaches / scouts. Like, you've got to think these dudes, like, their scouts are in like 30 different streams. Like, they've got 30 different streams up to watch. And the moment they see someone getting close, like the team that wiped before them literally almost beat the boss, and they showcased what they were doing. They were jumping nonstop. And so you knew immediately that Salt had watched them, or the scout had told them to watch and what to do, because they did the same thing. That's just how it is, man. It's not sus. It's literally how raid racing is now. You should expect that they have like 2 to 3 scouts. Like, you see it on Twitter. People are posting, need a new scout, need a new coach, like, people take this shit way seriously. I'm going to say this very, very honestly. People take Destiny raiding, like World's First raid belt racing, as serious as someone who goes into an esports team and goes to a tournament with cash money. Granted, the total sum of all the belts was like 10K, but it is just crazy that people in Destiny think that the Destiny raid experience is on the same par as an esports tournament where there's hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line. And people go like, obviously people are willing to lose their fucking job just to help teams. It's just, you can't make this shit up. Do you think Datto cheated? Honest question. I didn't even watch Datto. If you want my honest opinion, I don't think Datto cheated. Datto was at such a disadvantage. Like, at this point, Datto math class in general probably never get a World's First, and I don't think he cares anymore. I think Redeem, math class, these old classic Destiny, the old generation, I think they've bowed out. They just do it for the money. They just do it for the money. They probably make so much fucking money just streaming it. They do it for the money, baby. It seems like the raid racing is a giant grift now. Leaving Destiny has been the best feeling of my life. Just watching the game fall apart while playing Helldivers 2. Dude, so, okay. Zek, I'm gonna butcher your name. Zekmine? Do they still have the Halo event going on? Because I never got to play ODST, and I've not played, and I want to jump in and get like the ODA stuff and like all the Halo weapons. When was it ever a good thing? It was basically FOMO for people that will never see the inside of a raid, so they can live vicariously through a streamer, and for what? Money. My argument is that it was ever a good thing. It's just straight grift now. Yeah. All right. So we got an interesting video. Someone sent this. We now have Warframe content creators shitting on Destiny now. I don't know who this is, but someone in my Discord. By the way, join the Discord. If you have any videos you want me to react to, just post it in the general or Destiny section, or even Warframe, whatever it is. People post a lot of different videos. Sometimes I cover them, sometimes I don't, but people do post their suggestions and I do react to it. Halo stuff is a pass, not an event. Wait, is the pass? Yes, it stays forever. Okay, so the pass will still be there if I want to go for it. Cheers. All right. Let's do the intro. We'll do the video live. We're going to do the video live. We're going to watch it live. That's right. It's Pupsker. I don't know who they are. You know, I don't talk a lot about, I mean, that's a lie. I do occasionally talk about Warframe. And Destiny just has been not doing so well that it is now spreading to the outer realms of the gaming sphere. That's right. The gaming sphere is now noticing how bad Destiny has become and just how upset the community is. So much so that we have Warframe players now talking about the death of Destiny 2. Scholars, subscribe. We're almost to 4,000. That's right, jump scare. You weren't expecting it. You thought I was going to switch to the next scene. You better subscribe. We're almost to 4,000. Don't make me be an angry dad. That's right. Don't make me send you to the principal's office. You made the counselor mad. That's not. Okay, we're moving. Let's turn the music off. Those off. Okay. So we have Pupskers. The death of Destiny 2. You can't see because of chat. The death of Destiny 2. Yeah, D2 has been off BattleNet for a while. My bad. Okay, we'll just keep that in mind. Whatever he's going to talk about. 17 minutes. Let's jump in. I don't know who they are. They're a Warframe player. We're going to jump in and see what is this person going to say about Destiny. It's always interesting to see someone who's not in the Destiny community, what they have to say about Destiny. And whether sometimes it's nice to hear outside opinions that match my own because it makes me feel like I'm not crazy.
Pupsker here. And today I wanted to talk about what's going on with looter shooters, primarily Destiny 2. It looks like Destiny 2 is finally dying. Like, it is over for Destiny 2 past its prime. The peak of Destiny 2 is over, okay? Mainly because they've gone through their major storyline arc. And right now, it looks like Destiny 2 players just aren't finding a reason to play the game, which is understandable. If you don't like the farm, if you don't like the grind, the power creep, the power progression of the game, why would you want to continue on? You might enjoy raids, but if you get bored of raids after a little bit, or you can't get teams together, or they're too hard so you can never complete them with like pubs. Okay,
right off the rip, I'm wondering if he actually knows much about what's going on. Like, he's talking about Destiny, but does he even know about Destiny? Because he's talking about raids. And anyone that actually knows anything about Destiny currently, the 90% of the game has been soft sunsetted. So no one actually cares about the old raids. I wonder if he's going to acknowledge any of that.
I don't know. Maybe people hate that. But I wanted to really just take a look, see what some Destiny folk are saying, take a look at the numbers, and just talk about it's chaos out there right now. Warframe is in a downtime because like we haven't had updates for months, but Warframe's still doing great player number wise, like good on Warframe. It's always a pretty consistently popular game these days, and it's not dying off anymore, surprisingly. They're killing it, right? But
so I've kept up with the player numbers for Warframe. Warframe does not have the high highs that historically Destiny has had pre-Edge of Fate. Edge of Fate is probably now, Warframe with their new updates now kind of can compete. Like, actually, that is a statement that I need to just verify. Warframe Steam charts. Well, they're already beaten in the numbers. Oh, yeah. So even though at the highest high, Warframe is not beating Destiny, at an overall, oh, God, yeah. New updates, he's already beating in July, by the way. This is July. It's already beating Edge of Fate at a high. It's already beating Edge of Fate. So, yeah, technically, Warframe's doing pretty good. And that's the thing about Warframe is that they are pretty consistent with their player numbers. It goes up, but it goes down, but it's pretty stable. That's one thing I've noticed, that it has a pretty dedicated community that is satisfied for the most part. with where it's at. People understand what they when they get into Warframe and they play Warframe. Most of them understand the strengths and weaknesses. They understand what they're getting into. They don't expect over the top like some of what Destiny can do, but what they love the community. And I think that is a big difference, is that the community is at a better spot, which does promote longevity of player numbers versus Destiny. And I don't think, who knows, maybe he'll talk about it.
Destiny 2, on the other hand, not so much. So let's quickly take a look at some Steam charts here. There are 3 games primarily I wanted to look at. Right now, we have Destiny 2 on Steam, and ooh, it's not looking good. They just had updates and everything, and it brought in like an extra 5,000, 6,000 players peak a day, but that's not great. Saturday, Sunday, it went right back downhill, and that was probably just the weekend bump. And then if this whole past month, it's like, it's not really been popular. 13,500 people are playing Destiny 2 right now, essentially. And when it's peak, only about 20 to 25,000 people end up playing.
Is he the Tiny Wines guy? I have no idea. Ghost.
Like midday afternoon. That's not good. Destiny for the past year has been much more dead compared to it has been in previous years, right?
The past year, Destiny's been much more dead. Yes, that is a perfect summary for this past year after the final shape. It's been much dead. Yes. Something that I have echoed. You are right. At least you can look, you do better than a lot of the people who are fondling the balls of Bungie. You know how to look at data and be like, damn, that ain't good.
Last 30 days is absolutely one of the worst, with 19,000 players. They hit a really low peak in January 2025 of 18,000, and you're seeing...
That was Echoes, wasn't it? Someone correct me. Isn't that Echoes? Like, it was like Act 2 or Act 3? I think so. I want to say it was. Am I crazy? Oh, no. What am I? Or was it Heresy? Hold on. This was the final shape. This was Edge of Fate. Damn, is it so bad that I can't tell? Was this Heresy or was this Heresy? You're just so bad because the numbers are just not good. I can't even tell when the release was, because you used to be able to tell when something came out. You're like, oh, this is a new release. This was a new release. There was something happening here, which was Into the Light. Like, you could kind of tell what shit was going on, but now it's like, I don't know.
They can't really average more than 30, 20,000 players most months, but when they have big updates, they might hit up to 40,000. So comparatively, on the last big set of updates before...
If the game has butts and boobs, Pupsker is on it. This is your Pupsker bio. Okay, he's a boobs butt guy.
The final big brunt of updates, June 2024, they peaked at 123,000, right? They were averaging 30, 40, 50, 80, 70,000, way more players throughout the year. March 2023, 135,000. I think maybe like, God, was this the Witness update? And this one was the green...
Was this the Witness update? Oh, man, I love that. The final shape. Was this the Witness update? Yo, what was the update with the fat guy? Yeah, the fat guy on the he was talking to the one Witness guy. Yeah, what was that DLC? Was it Starfall? It was Starfall. That's what it was. It was Starfall? Yeah, it was Starfall. That's where you had the fat guy.
Power Lightbearer. I can't remember jack shit of the name, but yeah, up.
Wait, Lightbearer? What?
Power Lightbearer. I can't remember jack. This the Witness update, and this one was the green Power Lightbearer. I can't.
It's the green Lightbearer. No, it's Power Rangers, dude. No. That's the Power Rangers update. Dude, I love listening to people who don't play Destiny try to figure out, like, they know barely anything. It's so nice because it's so funny. It's such a different experience. Power Rangers, it's the Power Ranger update. They went green. Yeah. No. It's the Green Lantern update. Bungie did a crossover with DC, and now you get to be the Green Lantern.
I remember jack shit of the name, but yeah, that was that update. And then previous years, it's always just been calm. Destiny 2, by the way, it's on Blizzard's like BattleNet launcher, so there's a lot of people who play on the BattleNet launcher.
Okay, he did in the comment section corrected himself. Here's the thing. I bet wasn't up to date. I bet he doesn't even know it was on Stadia. He may not even know it's on Stadia or was on Stadia.
Launcher. So you do have to remember, Steam will never account for those specific players. And there are probably still a good amount of players playing on BattleNet. So it's like, all things considered, Destiny 2 as a game is still really popular and a lot of people play it. And it still makes a good chunk of money. The issue is, they do not make as much money as they used to, and business, whenever it always goes up, whenever it starts going down, people get fired, laid off, and companies go to ruin, okay?
Does he know? Chat. Do you think, does he know? Does he know? People get fired. Does he know?
Okay? And that's not a good thing. Like, just outside of the shit-talking games, Warframe versus Destiny versus First Descendant, and everyone yelling about looter shooters, like, it's not good when a game live service dies off. I imagine a lot of people are also playing Borderlands 4 right now, so we'll definitely take a look at that one right after. But that's Destiny 2's chart. Compare that to Warframe. Oh, look at that 2x KO ad. Warframe is at 46,000 right now. At 24 hours peak, a way
By the way, this is why I use ad blocker on everything.
different time compared to Destiny. Destiny
This is why I use ad blocker on everything.
peaks at like this time, and Warframe peaks about 6 hours before Destiny 2 tends to peak in the day. So Warframe peaks very early morning for me, and Destiny 2 peaks very end of night. So it's always been an interesting chart. But if we look at Warframe, Warframe is, I will give them this, these sons of guns, they're consistent as all hell. Even when Warframe's going down, they are consistent in their average players, okay? We haven't had updates for Warframe since July. We haven't had jack shit worth updates for a long, long time. This past year has been really...
I mean, it's very noticeable that they're, by the way, the update, here's the deal. I know this is gonna make some Warframe fans upset. When Bungie does an update, it's at a grander scale than when Warframe does. But and so that's just a reality, right? So there's more content in a Destiny expansion than there is a Warframe expansion. Yet more people are willing to play Warframe. Why? Because when they release an update, it doesn't break everything in the game. Everything, Edge of Fate broke everything. At least you know when DE does an update, you can still play the game and it's still going to be there and they're not going to sunset anything.
Quiet, as you can see, but the entire time Warframe has managed to keep 50 to 40,000 players. Past 2-3 years, 50 to 40,000 players. Even in its dead lowest time, they peaked at around 30,000 players. And before that, it's just calm average numbers.
Y'all can play Warframe. I know you're dreaming about Destiny 2. No, not really. I'm dreaming about Destiny Rising, actually. I've been needing to go back and play some Destiny Rising. I'm behind. I'm like really behind.
Warframe used to pull slightly bigger numbers. I think they have some of their highest numbers in like 2018 to 2020. But
Foxtrodon, you know what I really dream? I dream about Destiny 1, going back and experiencing the King's Fall for the first time. Just that magical moment of just that whole expansion. Hell, I would even take this shitty experience that we had for Rise of Iron, where we were supposed to have a midnight release and they didn't launch that shit correctly until like 6 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I would love to go back to those good old days of being excited for a new update for Destiny. Going from damn, I can't wait to see what they add, to damn, here we are. What is gonna break in the game?
That's okay. Warframe is still a game that peaks and averages around 40 to 50,000 players pretty consistently always.
By the way, you don't have to like Warframe. And I'm never going to try to say like, oh, you like Destiny, you're stupid. But you can still agree that Warframe is doing a lot better and is doing things correctly that I wish that Bungie would do. That you don't have to like Warframe, but you can't disagree that they are doing a fucking better job than Bungie. Imagine what Digital Extremes would do with a Destiny. If they bought out Destiny, what kind of game would they make? Like they didn't change it to third person. They kept it a first person experience. Like, that would be a weird game.
And that's what Destiny 2 is lacking. Destiny doesn't have the same consistency.
Oh no, Foxtrot, it is great when it is a bug that benefits you, like Skyrim, right? When you play Skyrim and you find bugs, it is fun. But what is the ratio for fun bugs that they allow to stay in the game versus the bugs that ruin the fucking game? It is like 1 to 100. I was trying to remain neutral on my Warframe take. No, you're fine. Like I was just saying, like, you don't have to like Warframe, but you can still, you can say, hey, that they're doing things right on that side, right? I'm not trying to tell you to hate Destiny or you need to play Warframe. I'm talking about Bungie. Let's just get this out of the way, right? I'm talking about Bungie. We can like Destiny, but and talk about how shitty Bungie is. Because Destiny itself is a phenomenal IP. It's just being wasted on Bungie.
Warframe has. You can see Destiny has huge, absolutely massive upswings on updates. People buy the update, they spend the money, they do the raids, they do the quests, they stop playing. Half the players, right? It goes from this much, they lose half, they lose 30%, boom, another update, it's just not enough, right? Even back in the day when the game was still doing well, they have the update and then lose a bunch of players, update, lose a bunch of players. Less consistent, but Destiny was consistent where it would have a big update, tons of people would come in and spend money, and they'd slowly taper off, whereas Warframe would just always consistently have players, and then when there was an update, ticks up a little bit, and then just slowly drops back down. So what I'm trying to say is Warframe is much more consistent in its numbers.
Yeah.
Destiny has those wild swings on every update, and now that people are not coming back for the story and they aren't coming back for those big storyline quest updates and everything, it's just gone downhill. And if we take a look at First Descendant, this is a cautionary tale. This is what happens when you have a looter shooter, you release a looter shooter, and it's...
I'm going to say this, and this might be very interesting to say, but I like First Descendant. I don't know. I haven't played in months. Maybe almost a year. I don't know when the last time I played. I played with like the second season or the first season. It's been a minute. I liked the First Descendant. However, I liked it for its gameplay. I didn't give a shit about the boobas or bubbas, except for the hot goth girl, Freya. Or is her name Freya? Hot, sexy mama. Listen, goth girl, sit on my face. Anyways, outside, like, I didn't give a shit. I enjoyed the game and I loved the boss fights. There was good things about the First Descendant, but it felt like Warframe was better in a lot of regards. Like, I'd rather just play Warframe. And that's how I feel about that game.
just doesn't have longevity. Instantaneously, the game dropped half players in a month. Another half of those players left next month. 40% of those players left the next month, and then 40% of those players left the next month. The game has never been able to recover, at least on Steam charts, from that initial launch, because people were like, oh, this is just kind of like, it's Warframe, it's Destiny, but it's Borderlands, but it's not quite there. So this is what happens when your looter shooter kind of just can't take off and it fails player expectations. And that's kind of what's happening now to Destiny. Destiny is not able to claw back that.
When was didn't First Descendant have a massive like update, like a new expansion or something like that? I may be wrong. Maybe it's a season, but I thought they had a big update. So the numbers just do not look impressive.
20 to 30,000 player mark too easily. You can see for the entire year of 2025.
I do think First Descendant has probably the most boring lore. Like the base game, like the fighting of the bosses is the best thing. The farming is fun. But the story just sucked. The base story just sucks dick. Like the First Descendant is such a boring campaign and story. I don't know who wrote the story. Like it makes Edge of Fate look like gold, like it's just absolute pure gold. I've never been more bored and I actually skip cutscenes because of how bad the First Descendant story was. It was just so unbearable.
Half of the year, if not more, they've been less than 30,000 players. That's not good for a huge AAA game like Destiny, okay? If we take a look and see, how is Borderlands 4 doing? Is it on Steam charts right now? We might be able to see. Let me see if they actually have things updated.
Okay. I'm going to check up to date myself. Borderlands 4. Not bad. For a single player game, sure, they lost a shit ton of players. But goddamn, still a lot of people playing that shit. That's for sure.
Yeah. Borderlands 4, this is not as live service as a game as Destiny 2 or Warframe.
Oh, wait.
So what you're going to see,
it is 9:30. This was made yesterday. Okay, so we're missing the peak. I'm not getting the peakage here. Oh, because it's not even showing me. That's why. Okay, so the peak is going high.
Borderlands 4 is going to launch, and then 2 months in, it's going to be at half the players, okay? It launched to 230,000.
What is going on here, Chief? Hello?
Players. Makes sense.
Okay, there we go. This is why I don't like Chrome, because this shit freezes for no reason. All right, there we go.
Okay? It launched to 230,000 players. Makes sense. Huge game, 300,000 players pretty much. Peaked, yeah, at 302,000 players or so. And then people beat through the game. They play through the game, they enjoy the game, they beat the story, and then they stop playing. All totally understandable. It makes sense. People talk about, look at builds and quests and have fun with the game, but for all intents and purposes, for most people, when they play through and beat the game, they do all the side content they want to do, they'll probably stop playing Borderlands 4 until the next brunt of updates, of course. And that's kind of where we're at with some games there. A lot of the games, they're just not upholding, okay? The First Descendant is pretty much dead in the water for most people. Destiny 2, while it had a long, great time, 10 plus years of like content, new updates, and people for the most part enjoying it, dropping it, taking breaks, etc. But it looks like it's just not doing it now. And another huge indicator of that is content creators. There are a ton of content creators in Destiny 2, some that I've followed, some that I haven't, that I've seen posting lately, and Doom posting the hell out of Destiny 2. This is Glad posting.
You want to follow me? I'll keep you up to date on all the news, baby. Don't worry. I'll tell you the real truth. I will tell you everything that the people who want to fondle the balls of Bungie, I'll tell you everything you want to know. The brutally honest truth. I'll tell you about how the game is going. I'll tell you, kiddo.
Posting, and this is what I saw like a day or two ago whenever it popped up on my feed. A long time ago. Or sorry, not a long time ago. A long post about quitting Destiny. And this is from a long time player, not
we have covered this. Holy crap. I'm going to skip ahead. I might be missing some some context, the link to his video will be down below, but I don't want to rehash this long post.
Straight up are angry and hate the game. You have the players that are mad that they invested into the game, and now there's a ton of different reasons. Everyone right now around the Destiny community just seems pissed off and angry.
Yes.
And they are just lashing out at everyone for a ton of different reasons. You have the players who just straight up are angry and hate the game. You have the players that are mad that they invested into the game and now there's nothing left that they want to do. So
this is coming from the guy that called the final shape the Witness guy update. And then the other one was essentially the Power Ranger update, the Lightbringer update. And yet he is able to identify the actual groups and separate them into the correct groups, and identifying that there is a group of people that are upset about their purchase and how the game is going. Isn't that crazy? That he acknowledges, unlike Destiny content creators who don't want to acknowledge that people are upset, even if they don't play the game, if they're upset because they spent money and time in this game and are no longer getting value and had to leave. It's insane.
there's like heavily invested players which are really pissed off that they don't want to play the game anymore because they've invested so much. So it's like an aggressive, angry cycle loop of it. And you see a lot of content creators.
We've got a $20 donation. I'm in awe that Lucky made a video about you of your stream about cheaters and called you a snitch. Then even screenshot was shared on Twitter at DMG. I'm so proud of you, bro. You made it. Woo!
Oh, baby, it's triple. Oh, yeah.
That's great.
And a lot of people
thank you for the 20
in the comments being like, this sucks. I understand it makes sense, but this totally sucks. There are so many quitting Destiny videos and posts that I've seen pop up in this past year. It is overwhelming. Okay, we have straight up content creators constantly talking about it too. Why did you quit Destiny? An Aztec Cross video from 4 months ago talking about why people are quitting Destiny. I'm quitting Destiny. I'm very close to quitting Destiny. Like, everyone is quitting Destiny. And they're
wait, that was 4 months ago. Guys, did Aztec Cross quit Destiny? I don't think so.
There it is.
Oh, wait, no, he was just reacting. That was Cross reacting to a video.
There it is. I'm quitting Destiny after 10 years. Reaction. I quit Destiny too and learned something shocking. What I learned from quitting.
Okay, so outside of the reaction, he's just going through and seeing people reacting to one or two similar videos. But let's be honest, there have been multiple videos that we've reacted to from different people. So he's not wrong, but I think in this context, he's watching people react to the same video.
Destiny 2 for a month. Like, right now, everyone is talking about and or just quitting Destiny. Destiny's most popular content right now is like rage bait drama content because people just don't want to play the game. It's kind of like me and Warframe right now. I love Warframe, but there's nothing I hugely want to do week to week outside of make videos and just kind of chill. So I don't really want to play a ton of Warframe, which is why I'm not streaming a whole lot. And when I do stream, I play some other games and it's like, and now people are really mad too at Warframe for like weekly reset stuff, but that's like pretty typical. So that seems to be what's going on.
Anyone that's a Warframe main and you play religiously, is people complaining about weekly updates? Is that normal?
And right now in the massive Destiny 2 community, if you just search up Destiny 2 quit, right? Or Destiny 2 on Twitter and quit in the same post, you're just going to see constantly, oh my god, I didn't even see this one. Dado is also stepping away from Destiny 2 till Renegades amidst
Do you know who Dado
player
is?
frustration with the state of the game. He says he's tired of the relentless community toxicity. Community will push me out before the game does. Oh shit, dang. Yeah, okay, so that's exactly what I was saying before. People are just angry for the sake of being angry, and it looks like Dado and a lot of other people as
people are not angry for the sake of being angry. Listen, You had your hand on the pulse and then you took it away. People are not angry just to be angry. I can tell you that. No one just gets angry to be angry. That's not true. There's people who get angry in life all the time. But in the Destiny community situation, they have a reason.
Content creators are like, I don't fucking care anymore. They're like, y'all are just constantly pissed off in the comments. You're angry if I say something good. You're angry if I say something bad. People are just flaming everyone. The online community around Destiny 2 is just not happy. Oh no. Oh no. Right? We have September 26th, Destiny Bulletin post. The game is finally dying. Destiny 2 Steam player count drops over 80% since Edge of Fate launches, as players say the game is in the absolute worst state it's ever been in. Like, I don't know what people are looking forward to, like, in Destiny 2 anymore.
Renegades. They're waiting months and months for this magical Star Wars in a galaxy far, far away. They're waiting for Star Wars to come and just magically save the game. And I wish I was joking, because that's actually what they believe.
Look, no, Dado, no. No longer D2 players seeing Dado leave the franchise. It's gone. The OGs, the biggest content creators and most like well-known names here and there are quitting Destiny constantly. I think Aztec Cross has been playing way less Destiny as well. I think he's made videos and talked about playing way less Destiny as well, but I just don't keep up with everyone individually. I just see that he's still posting a ton of Destiny, right? I think he just took a huge break for Borderlands, but he's clearly not like taking a break. He's
Astacross is like, he is mostly Destiny, but he's able to reach out and do variety. He's able to successfully do variety. But shout out to him. Like, that's not easy to do. He has the leg up. Like, Destiny or die, Astacross could effectively find something else, and he does, and he gets sponsors and all this. Like, he has turned his YouTube into a actual business. Like, it is a business. So he has the secret sauce. That, and I think he just accepts that he gets to be the butt of everyone's joke, because even his own community bullies him, and he just kind of goes with it. And so, you know, if you let yourself being a punching bag and some people find it funny, you know what? There it is.
Oh yeah, he's clearly still playing a lot. I just thought he was playing a lot more Borderlands, so he was playing and streaming a lot less Destiny, but no, it looks like he's still killing it and playing a lot of games, right? I just thought he was doing less Destiny with all the other stuff coming out, but yeah. So a lot of people are either playing less or just straight up quitting, and that's not good. That's not good for the health of a game. That's not good for the game confidence, and that does not go well for the future of the game at all. If all of the biggest players are just like hopping ship. I've played a little bit of Destiny 2. I played the Witness update. That was a fun quest. I played
the Witness up. That was a fun. That was. I hear it again. I gotta hear this again.
The Witness update. That was a fun quest.
That was a fun quest. Which one? Which quest did you do? Which one? Which one?
Played the green light quest that I cannot.
That's a green light. I always say he's so close to saying Green Lantern. He is so close to saying Green Lantern. Oh, I wish he would. Just say the Green Lantern update, please. Make my day.
Remember for the life of me. I became a light pair, you know, threw around my green strand. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. That was fun, but I'm not a massive Destiny 2 player. I had my fun. I think my wife's played like hundreds of hours compared to me. So she's definitely more.
So she's the one that's invested, and you hear her probably talk about Destiny, and she probably has some content creators she likes from the Destiny community. That's probably what it is.
The player, and she quit like multiple years ago. And I don't blame her, because she's like way more casual. So she just like casually plays some COD or watches TV, right? and she's just done with Destiny. And honestly, I think a lot of players are like, hey, I'm out. Nope. I don't want to keep up with the shenanigans of the game, the battle pass grind, the permanent gear grind that's not permanent and you'll eventually just replace it very quickly. Like, yeah, people just aren't happy. I just can't say the specifics, so let me know what you think as someone who may actually play Destiny 2. As always, if you want to support the channel.
Damn, I'm not signed into my main account or I would leave a message. Damn. All right, well, the link will be down below. This is going to be a different video outside the live stream. It will be there. Check it out. And leave your comments down below what you thought. And like I said, check out his video and let him know I sent you. And tell him thank you for the chuckle. Man, if he was so close to seeing the Green Lantern update. I would have literally just walked away and laughed. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. As always, game out. Huzzah. That was just, bro, he's the greenest new light ever. He's so fresh. He's fresher than fresh. He's as fresh as they come. It's just adorable. Just adorable. Here, I'm gonna see if I can find, there was a couple of videos that I wanted to react to. I'm gonna check out. I saw this from this video from Swatzical. Hold on.
Rise and grind.
Let me see what's going on. Okay. Let me just copy paste this so I can save this later. Because I need the link. I should probably do a notepad so I could save these links and I don't have to save these videos. Hold on. I'm doing that. I'm doing this for my own sanity, chat. I'm also closing down all the 30 fucking Twitter. I have like 30 Twitter posts up and that's not normal. Hold on. Wait a minute. What is this? Oh my God, that's right. This is when I have the script for the 10th anniversary for Destiny. Oh, damn. That's crazy. Destiny 2. I'm keeping a tracker for this shit. Close that. Everyone is leaving Destiny. I'm interested to see his take. All right. Had fun with the Last Wish 2. Yeah, Last Wish is great. Maybe you want to react to the new Scarovid. Wait. What's the new Scarovid? Hold on, I'm just checking this out. Which one? The one where he's talking about oh, that's a stream. The portal makes me sad. Oh, I want to do a breakdown of the portal of you guys and give my actual facts on that. I would like to actually give you my hard feelings about the portal and what I think should happen. Like, I'm just gonna give you just a should I do that? Should I do that real quick? Hold on. Did I just want to do that real quick? I want to just do that real quick. Don't want to do that now or don't want to do one more video just in case. I do. Y'all are hilarious. Thanks for the laughs. What's up? What are you, a 12-year-old from 2010? Let us in on what you found in the time machine. Oh, I already deleted it. It was a script. It was the script for the 10th anniversary where I was making fun of the nerf where Bungie and the celebration that Bungie was doing was, hey guys, we're giving you the right to buy. Yeah, does anyone remember that, by the way? Destiny 2 10th anniversary. This was like, this was the stupidest shit. 10th anniversary. And they're like, hey, we're giving you you did the small bullshit to get the armor. And then they gave you a code saying congratulations. And it was like, hey, you can give us money to celebrate 10 years of Destiny. And then they had the audacity to put Icebreaker for the 10-year anniversary, even though it wasn't even part of the 10-year anniversary. It was part of Vesper's Host, which was a separate paid product. So sorry, yeah. just going down the timeline of some of the shitty, scummy stuff that Bungie does. This is a perfect example. This is the perfect example of some of the bullshit that Bungie's done. It makes no fucking sense. Guys, we're glad that we can celebrate this 10 years with you guys. Please give us your money. Dude, I'm a Bungie ball fan. Like, did you buy it? Did you buy it? You do know there's Etsy that makes gun like stuff like this. You could use as a display. Like you can buy from cheaper. Don't have to support Bungie in that way. You don't have to. Anyways, here, let's talk. Let's give my take. I've already talked about the portal, but I'm going to talk about it again. And I'm going to tell you what needs to happen. I'm going to break it down for you. There's a chance of servers going off, not this year, but maybe 20. So here's the deal. Sony will take over in 2026. We had leaks that the leaders are trying to dip out, and Pete confirmed this, that they're trying to dip out with the money. Probably cheaper to buy a 3D printer and print one yourself than buy shit from Bungie. Exactly. Renegades might be the last update to the game. Let me look at what I bought the years in Steam. All right. Here we go. Let's just talk about it. Hold on. I'm trying to position myself here. Trying to position myself and get. No! I'm trying to get to my own channel and it just being stupid. All right, there it is. Here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the counselor's office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Scholars, subscribe. That's right. We're almost to 4,000 subscribers. Subscribe. Today, we're talking about the portal. That's right. We're talking about the portal. The biggest, most hated thing in Destiny. That's right. This abomination here. This abomination here. Odd. Whoops. Yeah, this abomination here. That no one fucking asked for. No one. No one asked for this. But we got it anyways. Maybe I should just move this over here. There we go. Actually, this is Renegades. No one gives a shit. When it comes to Portal, I think this is probably the most hated change in Destiny history. Outside of Destiny 2 launch, when we're talking about Bungie removing random roles, that was probably the number one. And then the vaulting, but I'm talking about mechanically. The portal itself is absolutely hated. Now, I've already given my specific thoughts in the update, like the Brutally Honest update. By the way, check it out. Spent a lot of time on it. Really fun, good video. Obviously, I'm going to be biased and say it's good, but you should definitely check it out. I put a lot of time and effort into it. It's very detailed, breaking step by step everything you would want in it. But we're going to talk about it. Here's the deal. There was issues with this setup, right? We can all agree that there were issues with Destiny. There were issues with how to navigate this wide world. And I think if Bungie had taken the time to resource feedback from the community, or copied, by the bare minimum, copy another game like Warframe and how they do theirs, they could come to some kind of solution. However, one of the biggest reasons why they couldn't necessarily copy Warframe is that Warframe is 100% free to play, whereas you can't just jump in and go in a certain chronological order because you have to pay for the story. That's right. This free to play game isn't actually free to play. So what's the solution? Well, Bungie's solution, you would think, would be to just make the base, everything, after the before Edge of Fate, the whole Light and Darkness saga, just make it free. No, this was the solution. A portal. Let's just jam everything into a new menu, and we'll just forget that a rest of this doesn't even exist, which is where the biggest problem is for people in the portal. Another problem is the power grind. No one wants to grind power, especially when they're about to change the portal to where, for instance, I come here, I'm going to go to creation. I love this concept, by the way. I think having modifiers select, like I can do normal, advanced, expert, master, grandmaster, and ultimate. That's so freaking cool. And then having the ability to make it difficult, like challenging. This is great. I can add all these to make it challenging. Then I can add some things to make it fun. And then I could do some extra shit. That's great. That's cool. What kills it is this bullshit. This is the bullshit no one asked for. Having to scale everything to get a certain score in order to get the best loot. Instead of it just being based on tier alone, you do ultimate tier 5, grandmaster tier 4, and so on, so on, so on. But no, they make you have to work on score. They have to make you, and you can't just choose to just modify things. They're going to, by the way, they're going to change this to where it says plus 10 combatant power. They're going to remove that. But they're going to introduce deltas. What are deltas? Well, let's look. Let's go to the seasonal hub. This is what a delta is. Let's just say here. There's going to be there's always going to be deltas where it's going to cap how far you can go. I'm looking for a visual cap and it's not giving to me, so it's pissing me off. So I know exactly where to go to show you where a delta is. Let's go to Legends. Delta. So in the future, you're going to see a combatant power delta, which this means that you, at a certain time, there's going to be a threshold. Let's say to do a raid, or an encounter, it's 100 power. So you have to get to 100. But with a power delta of 30, that means you will be at essentially level 70. You can never do more damage above being at a power level of 70, but you still have to get 100 to be able to do it. You see the problem right there? It makes power fucking pointless. It makes the power grind fucking pointless. Bungie is trying to revert the portal back to what we had. And I'm just going to say it. The portal needs to just go away. Get rid of everything. And all they need to do is put a node for Kepler. Put Vanguard can have you can have your pinnacle ups. You can have your little click on. You could go to Europa and they can literally put nodes For solo ops, you have a node for solo ops. You have a node for pinnacle, third of pinnacle ops, fire team ops. Each planet could have its own section. Get rid of this shit. Get rid of all this and put it like this can go on Europa. This can go on Kepler. This can go on the moon. This can go in the Cosmodrome. This can go into Nessus. This can go to the EDZ. And it could just be activities people do. Kind of like how we have the legendary expert or the expert and the master lost sectors. This is what it could look like. This is it. It tells you rewards. This is what you get. This is the weapon you're getting. These are the modifiers, and you can modify it and just do it. Like, it's not like we can't go back to having the directory, the world, be where we do activities. And they can, right now, it's a power delta of 20. If that, just do it by difficulty. We don't need power anymore. We have the solution. This is it. This is it right here. We have modifiers. Get rid of the score and make it base the tier be based on the difficulty that anyone could do. That you don't need to worry about power unless you just want to do like by increments of 100 to 200 or whatever, like we used to have, which was already meaningless, by the way. No one gave a shit about it. Now we're going full circle because it was even more meaningless. And now we're going back to a stage where it's just completely fucking meaningless. So you might as well just go back to what we had where it was just meaningless, but it wasn't a fucking annoyance. Get rid of this shit. Get rid of the power level and just let people select and then modify for the fun of it. And if you want to, listen, I know people can just make things easier as dirt. Like, boom, boom, boom. All right, I'm about to destroy this of the ultimate mode. Just easiest thing ever. Make people have to balance it out. For every boon you do, you have to do a bane. And just, that's what you do. Instead, you get rid of, every boon, you have to do a bane to equalize it. If that's what you want to do. I don't know. I don't have a perfect cure all, but I think this is okay. Most people are okay with a difficulty selection. We single players and other games literally have it. Like this part, no one is upset about this. I think we can all agree people are okay with these right here. People are okay with these. Right? People are okay with having all these modifiers. I'm just going to switch over. People are okay with this. This is okay. This is fine. I like the idea of modifying my challenge. No one likes this though. No one. Especially when it involves power. I think one of the first things that they should do is decouple power from score. Just playing it. It doesn't matter if I play normal, I play advanced, I play expert, master, grandmaster, whatever. I will always get the maximum amount of power from whatever activity. It doesn't matter if I do this. It doesn't matter if I farm solo ops. It doesn't matter if I do pinnacle ops. It doesn't matter if I do crucible. None of it actually matters because I get to play the game how I want to play. And I will get, if you're going to force me to get power, you're going to force this system where you're going to say power is here to stay, baby. Then make it to where just playing the game, you just get it. And make it to where it's generous, by the way. None of this +2, +3 bullshit. No, +5s, +7s. Hell, at the very early stages, +10s. Make it fucking rain. And then make the rest of the shit, like the actual difficulty, be where the reward comes from. If I want tier 5s, I can't just sit there and farm normal. But if I want power, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter what level I play. I just play to have fun. Isn't that crazy? People didn't mind that back in the day. What people did mind back in the day that people didn't like with the system. What people didn't like with the system was that you would go over here and choose Crucible, and it would have one pinnacle. And then you'd go to Nessus, and it would be some activity, and you get one pinnacle. And then you would go to the Pale Heart, and then you would go to the raid, and it would have one pinnacle. And then that's it. That's all the pinnacles you had. You do it on all 3 characters. That no one liked that experience. Now, if you could just do anything in the game and you get pinnacles for just playing the game, that solves the problem. And here's the thing, Bungie wants metrics, but I think they need to stop thinking about metrics. They need to think about how can we get people back in the game? How can we normalize just playing the game, whether it's casually or hardcore? How can we get people to play our game? Well, normalize the power grind if you're going to force it. Make everything rewarding. Get rid of the fucking portal. Just send it to the Shadow Realm. Get this shit out of here. Get rid of this stupid ass Fortnite-ification bullshit and just put it into the fucking world. And I'm going to say it. Just make everything free. Like if you campaign wise, if you want to make people buy the raids and all that shit and exotic packs, whatever, you already do it. But every campaign, every story in the game should be free. And then you can make a guide, literally a star chart, just like Warframe, and connect the dots. You know, you'd start with Shadowkeep, which then would go to Europa. Actually, you would start at base with the new player experience. So you might start with the Cosmodrome into the tower, into the EDZ, and then Nessus for whatever fucking reason. Like they need to make some actual campaign or some kind of bullshit outside of just, hey, do public events. Like that new player experience is bullshit. But for campaign wise, you go from the Shadowkeep to Beyond Light to, Witch Queen to, Lightfall into the final shape, and bam, then you pay for your new DLC. You know, you pay for Edge of Fate, which is off on the edge, or put it in Eternity or whatever the fuck you want to put it. Put it off to the side, right? Everything else though is free, story wise. That's going to immediately make the new player experience better because they can just play the story and understand the characters, understand, who the villains are, understand the basics of what the fuck am I playing, so that when someone tries to play the game, they're not just randomly guessing at what's going on. They just know. And then putting all the portal stuff in the world itself. Make it to where you could either click on it and fly into it, or you could just drive around the world itself, experiencing the world, load up into these missions in the world itself. Destiny is successful when it feels like it's an open world. But when you take away this experience of feeling invested in the game and you turn it into Fortnite and it's just menu gameplay, it loses all value. Like outside of the Crucible, like I think I'm gonna be honest. I think the Crucible, this works because this is clean. But for the rest of the game, like take this shit and put it in the world. Crucible, this is fine. I think it works out for the Crucible pretty well. That's just my take on the portal. I think it needs to go away. I think it's time for the portal to go bye-bye. I think it's time for the portal to, they tried, it was an experiment. It failed. They continue to try to update it. It is still failing. No one is changing their opinion. In fact, they are losing players. The portal feels like a free trial for the game we used to have. Exactly. So my brutally honest take is that the portal just needs to die. It needs to die. They need to make the world feel value again. And I'm gonna have a big take. I think tiered armor is fine. I think tiered weapons need to go in the trash. I think we need to get rid of tiered. Like, I would be okay if they said, hey guys, it's gonna take us time to bring some of like Deep Stone Crypt to upscale it. However, we're going to give you all the difficulty scalars. You're going to have normal, you're going to have hard, you're going to have master, grandmaster, and ultimate. You're just going to have adept weapons. That's what we're doing, right? And the adept weapons, you're going to unlock different, you're going to unlock the ability to enhance the barrel, to unlock the ability to enhance the origin trait on the adepts by doing these different challenges and these different things for the raid, right? And eventually we're going to make it to where you get tiered armor from these raids. I would be okay with that. I'd be patient because at least the weapons have value. And you're telling me I can upgrade my weapons by doing these harder difficulties, these different challenges. I get to play the game, and then the loot actually matters. The armor might take time, and I'm okay with that, but I think tiered weapons need to go down the toilet and just make people upgrade their weapon by playing the fucking game. There it is. There's your solution. Get rid of tiered weapons and just make it to where you upgrade that shit by playing the different difficulties. You just like it's essentially crafting, but without crafting. You're just enhancing it by playing the fucking game. The gameplay loop doesn't tie back to the actual game anymore. Lore doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, lore hasn't mattered in a long time. Some might be more respectful of time than others, but most 5K games are just grinds for no reason, and they always die here for that reason. Don't know why Bungie would try to copy it. I don't know. We have so much content. Like, I will never forgive Bungie. I will never forgive Bungie for selling. For going out of their way for selling Sundered Doctrine, which is just a year old, maybe now just a year old, and it's already pointless. The armor, pointless. The weapons, pointless. Makes every existing weapon tiered, but too much work, we already know. Bungie wants to say that making tiered weapons is a challenge. You know what's not challenging? Just go back to the system we had with adepts and make them enhanceable. That's my solution. Get rid of tiered weapons and just make them enhanceable with all the barrels and everything. And here's the thing. Here's the fucking thing. Adepts were already what we have now. By doing raids and completing the challenges and unlocking all the craftable versions, you unlock the ability to get 3 perks in both columns. Obviously, we're not going to go back to crafting, but they can make it where you do challenges that unlock the ability. Doing the different difficulties unlocks extra perks. Doing the extra difficulty challenges unlocks extra barrels and enhanced origin traits. There's just so much extra shit that you could do just by challenging yourself to unlock it. And I say apply that to everything. Lost sectors, world drops, solo ops, everything. You could just put everything in the world. Doing a public event for world drops. You're doing like a heroic. Imagine doing an ultimate version of a public event and you have a shit ton of enemies coming at you. You have You have Banes. You have like, imagine, I said this before and I'll say it again. Imagine there's world tiers. This is a perfect example, by the way. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Imagine like Kepler, there's world tiers for the actual world of Destiny. And you join, you do a Grandmaster, an ultimate version of a public event. Like you can upgrade, you can pay for like currency, like kind of like Blindwell, right? You'd have the different upgrades to make it harder and harder, a tier 4 or whatever. You do the same shit for like everything in the game, like public event wise, and you do like an ultimate public event. And instead of having a generic, Vex boss, you summon fucking Atheon. And you have this epic showdown, this boss fight with like some mini mechanics, but you fight fucking Atheon as a public event, and then you get this like adept world drop with like a shit ton of cool shit attached to it and a custom like shader, kind of like what we have for tiers. Like, imagine that. Dude, that would be fucking great. Adding steps to grind so streamers can make grind efficiency videos is just dumb, but here we are. I'm not even trying to like do grind efficiency. I'm just trying to like, how can we put life back into the world? Like I'm trying to take anything we can figure out that we could just play the game, man, and put value. Like there is zero reason to touch even as a new player, there is no reason to touch a public event. None at all. There is no reason to touch a public event. There's barely any reason to touch unless you're trying to get engrams. That's the only reason lost sectors have value. If you're trying to farm exotic engrams, that's it. That's the only thing lost sectors have value for but even then, exotic armor right now is capped at like a tier 2, which makes them fucking worse than anything in the game. All weapons should be craftable and should be able to be enhanced into the tier system while the weapon reaches level 20. It would give value to all activities into grind patterns. I'm just thinking, like, if you could choose, you could do a public event and you can upgrade it to a Grandmaster or an ultimate version of it. And you do some crazy shit and then you can get some crazy gear from it. Like you can make public events exciting and rewarding, but also challenging. And like, even if you want to like add Atheon as a boss fight, you can put champions and Banes and just modifiers that make this shit hard, right? You are locking in by submitting, by joining up. You join up to a certain cap, and once you join up, the modifiers are applied to you automatically. So you have to be part of this challenge. I'm sure people will find some ways to cheese it, but like shooting enemies and stuff will automatically throw you into it as well. That way you can't cheese it from outside, but you can find value, man. You can find value. And this is just my ideas. Imagine asking the community what they would like to see. What would the community like to see from this content? Like, there's a whole world that you got to think about this, guys. There's a whole world not being played or touched. Some of the best content in Destiny is not being touched because this fucker exists. Because this piece of fucking shit, this garbage exists. The things that people would actually like to play and are exciting about Destiny aren't even in here, man. And they do this half-ass shit like this dungeon, but it's not even the full dungeon. And it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Like, they just refuse to, like, we can't make shit free. We refuse to just give you what you want. Like, it is crazy. You've shown us, they've shown you that you can make the dungeon up to date. You've shown us. You've literally done it. You took a half of a dungeon and you show that you can modify this shit. Why can't we just take this and put it in the fucking world? That's the shit that is fucking stupid. Guys, instead of just giving you what you paid for and upgrading it, we're just going to add it again, but as a free trial on the portal. And it's just going to be a trial run. You're not going to get the full package. You have to buy that, but none of the shit that comes from it matters. You don't even get tiered dungeon loot. No, you don't. You don't even get that. Anyways, my opinion is the portal should just die. They need to reinvest back into the world. They need to fix the new player experience, which they can easily do by actually taking the time to care about the loot and the prospects. They've already have systems in, like the difficulty scalers and everything. Just do that. That's fine. Everyone loves the idea that now we have contest mode as an ultimate mode. Like, people love that shit. The grifter keeps grifting. You bitch, you do know. Are you talking to me? Because if you're talking to me, I'm about to go off on you, because you do know I have 13K hours. I probably play this game, or have played this game, more than half the people watching. Grifter. Bitch. I've played Destiny before it was even out of beta. It's funny. You don't know who you even talking to. If anyone knows how to talk, have anything, is someone who isn't a content creator, but still has played this game religiously. Has played this game religiously. Not so much anymore. The best thing to my mental health was becoming a fucking casual after the Portal release. Which is why I'm not even like, I'm like, what, 450 something? Which, by the way, is all that matters. You don't even need to give a shit about anything. You will just get tier 5s at 450. Nothing matters. You'll just get rained loot, and doesn't even matter. Don't even try. Well, for Crucible at least. Anyways, that's just my thoughts on how we could try to improve the game. I really do think the biggest mistake is the portal. That is where the most negativity comes from. If Bungie removes the portal, they're stepping in the right direction. I do think there's a lot more. Maybe he meant Astagriff? Grifter is just slang for person I dislike in the Perpetual Online. No, were we talking? He just came out of nowhere. So were you guys talking about Astacross? I don't think so. Either way, this is what happens when I look at chat while trying to make a video. In general, get rid of the portal. The portal's the bane of everyone's existence right now. I do think it is an experience that no one likes. I do think the power progression should go away if you're going to do deltas. I do think in general, that is it. The two biggest things, get rid of power progression if you're going to do deltas, and get rid of the fucking the portal. And then the game is already going to be going in the right direction. That's my thought. Let me know. What do you think Bungie could do to fix the experience? And would you cry? Would you shed a tear if the portal actually died? And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. You can edit us out. Oh, so that's what it means. Since I'm not online at all times, I don't know what grifter was. It's okay. The only grifter I know. The drifter. You thought the drifter was a grifter? No, that's the drifter, not the grifter. That's funny. That makes me laugh. The drifter is a grifter. Oh, this is the wrong thing anyways. All right, we do want to check out, we do want to listen to this. And then I think that will be good for the stream. I'm getting a little tired and my voice is running out. I'll be honest, I was going to do the weeklies like the generic ass weeklies here. Because this is all I do now. I just do this and then I get off. If I'm being brutally honest, this is all I do with Destiny at this point. I'll get on, I'll farm a couple of tier 5 weapons, and I'll GTFO. I'm done for the week. This is how by the way, this is how I level up. Literally just doing that. Like, I've gotten where I'm at just by doing the weeklies. But I'm good. I'm good for now. Well, I'll leave that up just in case I decide to do something with that later. All right. We're at one more video at me. The best thing for my intel was quitting Destiny 2. Maybe they'll buy a pin for playing the Portal. I played the beta. Hell yeah. Miss Destiny. Yeah. I think we're going to get to a point where I'm just going to go play some Destiny 1. I don't want to get time. Like right now we got the beta in Thursday for Black Ops, which I will play because it's a beta. Sabala has a tier 5 sword. I mean, I already have a God roll sword. I don't care. We've got Black Ops beta. For me, I've got Pokemon. I'm going to be live streaming it whether people like it or not. I'm just going to be playing fucking Pokemon. And then we've got Battlefield October 10th. Actually, hold on. Pokemon ZA release date. October 16th. Okay, great. So I have a week to play Battlefield. But I think it's isn't it like the 10th? Okay. So we're going to play Battlefield. And then we're going to play Pokemon. And then we will have what, November? What is games releasing in November? Black Ops, right? I just want to see November. So we have I'm just Fabled. What the fuck? Oh, the Fable. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment. Nothing that I give a shit about. Call of Duty Black Ops, November 14th. Escape from Tarkov. I already have it. Solo leveling, Arise Overdrive. I thought there was already a solo level. I actually do want to play that. Deadpool VR. Demon School. Don't know what that's about. Yeah, there's nothing in November. So outside of Call of Duty, November, we have a good shot to play Destiny 1, like continue Destiny 1 in November. December, there's the Destiny update, the expansion. So damn, November, December has fuck all. There's like nothing the holidays. Like Call of Duty has almost free reign to like dominate. That's crazy. Like Call of Duty has free reign to dominate for several months. Okay, interesting. Activision has literally free reign for the holidays. That's insane to me that no one else is releasing. I dig your style thus. You're like a low budget Jack Black, and I mean that as a compliment. Listen, I'm a low budget guy. I'm a low budget guy. I'd love to do a D1 raid. Dude, if I could get 5 other people who play Destiny 1, I don't care if we're good or not. We should go do a raid for Destiny 1. But unfortunately I play. Wait, it's not cross-platform, so I only play PlayStation. It would have to be PlayStation because I don't think it's cross-platform. Jack Black ain't got shit on Pete Grossman. Pete Grossman's been waiting. There's a couple skits that I want to do. Legion Remix is coming to October. If anyone's into that, I have no idea what that is. Bro's definitely a Temu Jack Black. My brain is broken. I got D1. Yeah, if we can get a group on PlayStation, I would be down. Dude, I would love to try Wrath of the Machine just to figure out if I remember how to do it. Like, it would almost be like, it wouldn't be like a blind raid. It would be like a anniversary remembrance raid. When Arc Raiders? Oh, that's right. Wait, what? Why didn't? Oh, it's in October. That's why. October 30th. By the way, I probably won't play Arc Raiders. I'm tapped. I'm not survival game or extraction shooters aren't my jam. World of Warcraft. Fuck yeah, let's go. World of Warcraft. I actually did want to do like a hardcore blind war, learn on the go, just to beat my head against the wall. But Destiny just took everything and just shoved it up my ass. Cause I played so much of the Portal over the summer. Damn, I'm glad that I won't ever be doing that again. I refuse to do it again, man. I just refuse to do it again. All those hours that I could have been playing other video games, I refuse. All right, let's just get into gear. We're gonna do one more. I like shooting the shit with you guys before we do one more video, because this will be the last, and then we'll end the stream. So I do like shooting the shit. It was harder than D2. Okay, maybe you're not wrong, because ability cooldown isn't that high, and just it's more gunplay. Like, I don't think people realize how much power fantasy Destiny 2 has now. Like, Destiny 1 ability cooldown and ability spam is nowhere near the same as like Destiny 1 to Destiny 2. It's a night and day difference. You should play WoW and take notes on how much stuff Bungie lifted from it. Yeah, the problem is that's time investment, and I have to have the patience to do that. I mean, there's so many other games I need to go back to, like Warframe. Like, I would go back to catch up to Warframe before I do anything else. To be brutally honest, I would absolutely catch up on Warframe before I did anything else. Especially since there's like a bunch of Warframes and Primes I need to go after. Sky Creeper followed the channel. Thank you, Sky Creeper. You're creeping from the skies. I would like Mr. Gaming Counselor to react to Inverse's video on Destiny's quality went down from D1 to D. Just put it as a recommended in the Discord. I'll see if I'll react to it. If anything, I could always, yeah. I'm starting to get tired, so we're gonna give it one good go, and then I'm gonna call it for the night, because I gotta prepare. By the way, tomorrow is Wednesday. I have debate with my students. I don't know if I will be on tomorrow. If I am, may do some reacts. We might play. I might do my dailies for Destiny. I don't know. We also need to play more Borderlands. I would like to 100% the Borderlands for the fun of it, just to play it. Destiny Rising. We got Destiny Rising to play. Like, I don't know. There's just nothing that really is popping off to me. Like, Thursday, we're going to play the beta. But for Wednesday, oh, shit. Thursday, I've got Meet the Teacher. Even though I'm not, actually a teacher, I still have to be there. So Thursday is going to be a wash. I mean, I might stream afterward, but I'm not going to be, streaming with everyone else. Damn. But I will be Friday after TCG with my students. By the way, I know I'm rambling for the people who give a shit and are still watching. We're about to react to one thing. I love doing TCG with the students, especially Pokemon. It's such a great time, man. Nothing like playing with kids. I cannot wait to have a kid of my own, because I'm going to teach them about Pokemon. At base, they're going to be a Pokemon fanatic, right? It is so fun to see kids get excited to play Pokemon. It really is a great experience, especially the card game, when they finally things click and they get it in their head. They're like, oh my God, I just, especially if you're an adult and they beat you, they feel so good. Kids feel so good when they beat an adult, because they're like, you're an adult and I beat you. You did. You got the skills to pay those bills, kid. You got it. Sorry. I just had to give it. I love my job. There's a reason why I could never be an actual professional content creator, in the sense that it would be my job. I I love my job as is. Now, my job has its ups and downs like any other job, but truly, I could not ask for a better career. I'm still a young buck in that regard. Like when it comes to people, like there are people who've been working in education for like 40 years. And, you know, compared to them, I'm a young buck. All right, let's react to this. I'm going to adjust you. I'm going to go here. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the counselor's office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. And if you don't subscribe, well, I don't think I have to say anything. My fate's in your hands. A lot of you are like, unsubscribe. No, don't. We don't condone threats of violence here. That's not true. We don't condone threats of violence against yourself. Right. When I say violence, I mean, actually, I don't know what. I'm just rambling at this point. Subscribe to the channel. God dang it. I swear, I'm getting worse at these intros because I think of like, what can I say that's funny? Well, I'm also tired. Anyways, you know what is also tiring? People defending Destiny, or specifically Bungie. And we're seeing this drop off in content creators, and they're leaving. They're saying goodbye. And you know who's tired and probably is seeing everyone go bye-bye? Sweatcicle. That's right. Sweatcicle made a video talking about everyone is leaving Destiny 2, which is true. Like, Datto's dipped out, Glad is dipping out, Grenadier Jake's dipping out, Above's dipping out, Mylan Games dipped out a while ago. Like, you're just this plethora, the sea of content creators are dipping out. So, we're going to react. Sweatcicle is one of the people that I like because he generally gives an interesting take. Most of the time. Sometimes he has some takes. He's had some bad takes when it comes to sunsetting and just the general vibe of people. But outside of that, most of his takes are pretty fair, pretty reasonable, and pretty much usually on the pulse. So let's see what he has to say with everyone leaving Destiny 2.
Hello. We need to have somewhat of a chat. I know we had a chat, like, I think I uploaded it like a month and a half ago, maybe? It was like, maybe it's 2 months, because it was right after all the raid cheating news headlines came out for the Desert Perpetual raid race. Anyways, since then, things have taken a dramatic turn for the worse, and I kind of wanted to give you guys an...
I mean, it came out that one of the leading raid racers in the community was caught cheating. Bungie helping them.
Update about what's going on, because a bajillion people have been asking me what my plans are. So, the reason you're here is because it's Destiny 2 drama, right?
Hey, he knows!
Drama at this point gets 5-10 times more views than any sort of Destiny video does.
He's not wrong. Listen, Destiny drama is like soap operas for old ladies. Except we're not old ladies. We're just dudes who like Destiny or like Destiny. And dudettes. You can't forget the ladies. It's essentially the video game drama is like soap opera for gamers.
And that's very apparent that community sentiment, this is the first time ever that I've ever seen it in the however many years I've been a creator, that people don't want to watch Destiny at all right now.
Oh.
At least comparatively, right? I don't want to disregard and say no, nobody's watching, but
most people don't care to watch at all. And if they do watch, they watch specifically for either the drama or the people having a conversation while you're playing. Like, they don't want to watch. They want to hear what you have to say and have a conversation with you. But if you're going to play Destiny, you might as well have like a script of things to talk about, because no one's going to give a shit if you're just playing the game out raw.
over the years, we've seen the highs and lows of Destiny, and at the lows, usually people will stop playing. Those of us who are like not content creators and stuff, they will stop playing, but they'll still kind of keep tabs on the game through their favorite creators and whatnot. That's more until recently with the Edge of Fate expansion. It's been like the lowest selling of all time. People aren't playing, people aren't watching, the community is very, very vocally upset on Twitter, and there's just nothing positive being done or said. So, the big thing I wanted to talk about at first is we are seeing a lot of the core community members of our Destiny 2 community leaving. And like, I've never seen it like this because these are like pillars of the community that I've seen around for years. So let's start.
I mean, literally, these are people who probably have some view, like they have viewers. They bring a lot of attention to the game in regard to, you know, helping Bungie out. But it's very obvious they don't have the staying power to keep players in the game anymore.
Obviously with my buddy Glad, you guys know Glad has been on my raid team for a very long time. He made this post the day after, or it's not long after he texted me saying he was going to be dropping out of our raid group. This was literally like 2 days before the raid. So it was kind of a scramble to find a teammate, but justifiably he kind of goes through and says why he's feeling terrible about Destiny right now, and all his reasons are valid. The power grind is boring. Everybody, I feel like he speaks for a lot of the common Destiny player when he says that the total lack of interest in the game is just very apparent right now. There's no direction in the game. The epic raid, you can have your opinion about that. We'll save that for another video. But
I'll be honest. I want to hear what he has to say about the epic raid. I don't know if the video will be out before this or after this. It'll probably be before this. Watch that video, my thoughts. But overall, based on the community sentiment, the epic raid was a failure, and for multiple reasons. But the community itself, just most people feel like it should have just been what the raid was in general.
That's just one of our core pillars that has fallen. Glad left a while ago, like I said. As of more recently, Above left. Above did a lot of more of the PvE side of content. He's a lot of these people, they're friends of mine, and it's sad to see these people leave, you know? It just makes me wonder what happens when all the pillars fall.
Just to also kind of give some context, I do see his post stuff, Above post stuff. He actually is seeing some success in other games and talking about other games. So there is a good chance that he actually starts breaking away from Destiny and does variety. He may not actually ever come back as just a solo Destiny. He might do variety and try to broaden his feelers, which I would say is great. I've had some success when it comes to spreading my wings. If you look at this stuff, we've got almost 2K talking about Pokemon. We've got 3K talking about Borderlands. I would like to do more variety content because that's what I like, the drama, right? And I even tried. Here, you can tell the difference from a Brulas review from Doom, the Dark Ages, to just a generic free-to-play event. 14K versus 700 views. It hurts my soul. It hurts my soul. Even this one, this got 2K. This one, I figured it wasn't going to get a lot because it was so delayed. I figured this was only going to get, I'm surprised that it got 5K. But that's the main point, is that it is hard if you don't start as a variety. It is hard to branch out. So seeing success and branching out is always a good thing. Now, I don't personally give a shit. 700, I'm still wanting to do a brutally honest review for Borderlands, and it may not be as successful as any of my brutally honest for Destiny, but I want to do what I enjoy. And that's going to be one of those things that I enjoy, is doing some variety. And I think a lot of you guys will, even though you may not always watch it because you want the drama for Destiny, I still think part of you will still watch and appreciate my takes on different parts of the gaming sphere, because there's a lot of drama across the pond. And I know you guys are itching for me to cover it.
Does the roof come caving down? Because the next announcement that hit was like, Jake is leaving. Jake has been streaming the game way longer than I have. He's been putting up with all sorts of toxic PvP garbage.
When I tell you that playing Trials will give you cancer, I almost feel like there's truth to it. It is probably the worst experience. Now, Bungie did come out and turn off an artifact that was just nothing but threadling spam. It is such an unbearable, unfun experience. There is nothing enjoyable about Trials. And when you get to 450, just jump off a cliff. I kid you not. I have gotten better trial loot for jumping off a cliff than actually fucking trying. It is a horrible experience. And that's not how playing PvP should be.
From all the different cheaters for years. And he's finally had enough. Like, Jake didn't have to stream this game for the past however many years. Jake has done very well for himself. He's a great guy. And he's very loyal. And for him to finally say that he's had enough is very indicative. And then literally the next day, this is like, I mean, this, I feel like for a lot of people hits harder than anything, just because Dado has been around longer than anybody else, as far as I know. Dado is like that core center pillar of the community. Not that he's done forever. He said, see you in Renegades, but there's another tweet he made that he was saying a lot of the Destiny 2 community on Twitter is sometimes insufferable to interact with because of, like, I don't know, they just have a very toxic view towards content creators and just the game in general. It's very...
Well, I think when you have shit where it's justified, like, let me give you an example. Let's go to my profile. When you have content creators that say, do this. I don't like Destiny 2. I think it's gross. You do realize you can just walk to another stall, right? Am I not allowed to share my opinions? This is the shit. This is what causes people to have negative interaction with content creators. This shit right here. Aha, I'm gonna get you. Ha. And then you have the community saying, I'm pretty sure they're going to other stalls. Way to prove the point. Way to also prove my point that people want to fondle the balls of Bungie and these content creators. And guess what? It just this is what's causing the problem. You're not going to solve the root problem by pushing people farther away. Have you seen the player count? Actually, I don't think a lot of overly negative people are all that interested in care about for the future of the game, or just thriving in negativity no matter what. Excuses. And that's part of the problem. You've got people giving like actual takes like, hey, I think this is why the people are leaving. This is a problem. This is and they're giving excuses. This is part of the problem. I feel no empathy for content creators, especially when they do shit like that. Like, you are stirring the pot. You get what you fucking deserve.
Weird. And not to get into that specific situation too much, it makes you wonder what's next for these other pillars of the community. I don't know what Astacross is planning. I haven't talked to him. And I don't even know. Clyde is still playing. Other than that, it just feels like everybody's had enough. Not to say that we can't come back and play Destiny whenever it's good, because I think that's what a lot of people will do. But for these people to have dedicated years of their life to playing this game and building a community and positive sentiment around it.
And business. I think that, listen, I like sweat, but they've built a business, a job, a career out of it. Not just a community. It's not like they're not getting money from that community. By the way, I do too, but it's not a job. The people are just nice enough to donate to me, especially Cannonball, who's just crazy. Cannonball's the dude that will just surprise you with a donation, and it's like, what?
To finally be pushed away.
Let's not forget some content creators try to gaslight viewers, like, for example, the GDC talk. Oh, yeah. People are trying so hard to revise that and make it not. It's funny because they're going to say that what Justin said was taken out of context, but everything he said has come to fruition. They've under-delivered. They have focused on velocity, and they're not even worried about quality or position of the game. They're fixing it later. Like, everything that he said that came out of his mouth is actually reality in the sense of what people expected it to be. Like, there was no misinterpretation when we are this far in the future from then, and it's been proven to what he said is correlating to the reality of the situation. Now, maybe what he was intending to say may not what he expected to happen, but here we are in the future.
After all this different garbage, what can be done at this point? It almost feels like it's past the point of no return, which brings me into my next point. I don't want this to come off as the guy who told you so, but like, I feel like this was very foreseeable years ago. I made a video, Destiny 2 is not suitable or sustainable for content creators anymore, back in 2020. And a lot of the points that I made in this video, if you want to go watch it, are just, they still reign true. Is it just a lot of the things that people originally got excited for to play Destiny 2, let's say back in the Forsaken era, because that was what most people consider the pinnacle era, like between that and Beyond Light, where I feel like the best years of Destiny that everybody will remember fondly and has great memories with. We just don't get any of that stuff anymore because of the shift in dynamic in the way that Bungie does business and their lack of care for the actual community itself. Which kind of ties hand in hand, where it's profits over community.
And that has been, there was a distinct change, and I forgot who said it, but the change, when they changed their motto from "we make games we want to play" to the "we make bullshit friends," that's when the whole vibe of Bungie completely changed.
And at the end of the day, a business is a business. I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to make money, but it has been very, very apparent after the community has voiced their opinions for years and years at this point, and they'll just continue saying, "I'm listening," and nothing it falls on deaf ears. And that's led us to the point now.
Or you have DMG making his yearly post, we need to build trust. That's another one no one talks about. How often are you going to talk about building trust? And we're like, well, we're waiting.
We're here. Destiny 2 has, I feel like, hit a worse point than Curse of Osiris, which was known as
I mean, yes, the other day was 17K, but yeah, we are starting to get to the point of where I do think we're getting to the point where we're worse than Curse of Osiris. I think that's fair. Have a good one, JoJo. Yeah, I mean, I would absolutely say that we are coming to the point full circle. The only thing that's going to save Destiny is a Forsaken level expansion and a year. We remember Forsaken brought 3 banging seasons. They weren't perfect, but they were packed full of shit. I think that's the only thing that's going to not necessarily save Destiny, but it's definitely going to give it a boost. It's Forsaken level expectations. They can't do. There was literally multiple studios. The only way that they can do a Forsaken times 2 is if Sony pulls multiple studios to help Bungie and they invest into it. That's the only way. Which, if you remember, Activision broke off after that from Bungie because even Forsaken did not meet sale expectations from Activision. People think that all these Bane DLCs are what makes Bungie money, but it's actually the MTX, because I don't think when it comes to buying expansions, Bungie has ever been really profitable. I mean, there's a reason Activision kicked Bungie to the curb. It wasn't profitable. It is MTX, which is why you continue to see Bungie shove more, because that is where they're getting their money.
As the lowest point in Destiny history, and Bungie
Was Forsaken the same expansion to bring Mountaintop Recluse meta? That was later in the year. It was not. What you're thinking for Forsaken was Not Forgotten and Luna's How. That was the first time in the era of Forsaken. Recluse and Mountaintop was later down the line in that year.
themselves said they were like, I want to say 2 weeks away from having to close down the studio because of how bad it was performing. And then things rebounded with Forsaken. I've always been of the opinion that like they make their best content when they're at their lowest, which is, again, what happened with Forsaken. Will they do it this time? I'm not sure. I don't want to get my hopes up, but myself personally, I stopped tweeting and giving my opinions about the game a long time ago. Not only from the community being weird about it, but it's just like it falls on deaf ears. I was a part of a...
At this point, I give my brutally honest opinions, not because I like, let's be honest, Bungie, if they watch it, it just like everything else, they don't give a shit. I do it for pure entertainment. When I do brutally honest reviews, it's that entertainment. It's still factual and gives honest thoughts about it, but it's also just entertainment.
Virtual community summit once, and I can honestly, all I'll say is that the feedback that I gave, I took it very seriously because I treated it as a privilege to be there, because they wanted me to come in and try and get feedback on the things that were upcoming. This was probably like 3 years ago at this point. I feel like everything I said was just, I feel like nobody was actually listening in the way that they were like answering and having a conversation with. It felt like I was being completely disregarded. And I don't know. I just gave up, and Destiny, for me at this point, is something that I still love Destiny. I just feel the company behind Destiny is completely incompetent, and
this is why I like Sweat. He's willing to say what no other content creator wants to say. Bungie is incompetent.
It's doomed for failure. Unless something drastic changes. And something I thought about recently is that, I don't know, a lot of people have been hoping for this great Sony takeover and it'll fix the game and all this stuff. Sure.
No. What I'm hoping is that Sony takes over and gives the IP to someone else. That's where my chips are hoping, like the bet is. If they give it to a different studio or pull other studios to help Bungie, man, build a strike force. There's hope. Kind of like how Activision made a strike force for Forsaken. Maybe.
That's plausible. But for those of you who have played Destiny Rising, since Destiny Rising came out recently, I've actually been having a lot of fun with that game.
It's a good game.
You can say what you want about it being a gacha game and whatnot, but I actually had a lot of fun for the time that I did play it. I almost think that the future of the Destiny IP could be in better hands with NetEase, who developed Destiny Rising, than it would be in Bungie's hands. That's honestly what...
He's not wrong. Destiny Rising showed that you do not need Bungie to have Destiny. You do not need Bungie for Destiny to be successful. And that is the biggest red flag for Bungie. That is the, oh shit, our community now knows the IP can exist in the hands of someone else, our jobs are not needed.
What I think, and we would be more likely to actually get a Destiny 3, which is what people are hoping for at this point. Because it falls back into philosophies I've talked about a long time ago, that the more things you add to the game, the more things you have to balance. And at a certain point, it just becomes unsustainable, and it feels like they just give up. Let's take one example as just Gambit, right? They gave up on Gambit a long time ago.
Yep.
That's no secret.
That's fair.
Gambit could have been great. When it
It
originally came out, it was great. Lack of updates and care for it.
No new maps. No, not only that, but Gambit Prime was going in a good direction with the sets. Like, they could have really played into that, but for some reason they just removed it completely. They sunset Gambit Prime, which is really freaking weird.
Cause it to just die. And the more that happens across different parts of the game,
Which, by the way, this is exactly what's happening to PvP too.
like, it just becomes a complete failure. So all of this is really hard for me to take in, honestly, because I just hate talking negatively about Destiny. I want it to be a great game. I've always wanted this game to succeed, which is why I've sunk. When did I drop out of college? Like, over
Damn.
almost 7 years of my life into making full-time content.
I like that he's just honest. I dropped out of college for my job. I had to play. Yeah. Ooh.
On this game, or near, like, most of my videos are Destiny, obviously, right? Because I very much enjoy the creative process of making these videos and fun challenges, and I just try to stay in my little corner and do fun challenges. Over the years, I feel like my creative tools have been stripped from me. The things that we used to do for game shows, like Umbro Roulette, you can't do that stuff anymore. People aren't excited about.
Lars made Gambit. Lars Backen has been making Marathon. Huge mistake. Lars only also made Trials. I played Gambit before release at EA 2018. That Gambit with curated loadouts was one of the most fun. And I think that is a big deal. I think Gambit would have been fine if they had curated loadouts, kind of like any other like first-person shooter game where there's just it's limited. I think having the diversity that we have really killed Gambit. I think most people like Gambit because it was exciting, but there was multiple issues. No, lack of updates.
About the loot. I don't know. I just feel like my tools are being stripped away from me until I have none left. And then what do? I don't know. I still have Destiny videos that I want to make. Whether people want to watch them or not, is obviously, that's up to you guys. Like, I don't want people to feel pity by not watching if they don't want to watch it. But I've always tried to make the videos that I enjoy making, and I want other people to enjoy them too. Even if Destiny is at a low point, you know, I want to find some fun in the game. That's one thing I feel like our community has always done well.
I think the problem is that it's hard to find fun right now. We barely have any buffs that matter. 90% of the game is soft sunsetted, so it doesn't even matter. Like, finding fun is hard. And I know exactly what he's talking about. Strongholds. When they buffed Flash Counter and I played my Titan, I made a Stronghold build, and I spent months experimenting, and I had a great time with that. Just, by the way, Bungie, when are you going to reverse the Strongholds nerf? Fix my baby! Anyways, I know exactly what he's talking about. You find that thing to try to have fun with, but I think it's increasingly hard to do now.
And I just don't know how much longer we can do that for. Like I said, I have videos planned. I have some upcoming Destiny videos, and I have some other videos planned for, like, more variety stuff. You guys have seen a couple of them. The one I was really excited about recently is Silksong just released. We did 100%. I don't know if I guess you could call it a playthrough of that, where kind of took you through the journey of going from 0 to 100%. And I also did the same thing with Tears of the Kingdom and when that came out. And those have been some of my favorite videos that I've made. I just have a very, it takes me a very long time to learn new things, and it's going to take me, I feel like, a long time to unlearn all my Destiny habits and learn to make good content on other games. So all I'm asking is to just be patient. I'm not going anywhere. Okay, that's a lie. I will be taking January off since.
Oh no! Where am I gonna get my reacts with someone who has actual fair opinions about shit? Like, damn! I'm gonna have to watch Scarrow now? Fuck. Sorry, I had to make a joke.
Statistically, that's like the worst month for like YouTube ad revenue. It would be a good time for me to just take a break. I think a month off would be healthy to kind of reset. So that'll be slightly after Renegades, but I'm planning to upload until the end of the year, take a month off, and then I don't know. We'll just kind of see where the wind takes us. So I know this is kind of a drama video, but I also don't want this to I want this to be more of a positive spin. Not that like I don't want it to sound like a goodbye, even though I feel like all my friends have left and it's like, now what do I
Bye-bye!
do? But there's so much opportunity elsewhere, and I really enjoy making YouTube videos. Whether they come out good or not, again, it's a process of learning how to make good videos. But it just sucks to see something that
I am wish-washy. I make some good videos and then I just do reacts. Listen, I like doing reacts. Love your accurate takes. Thank you. And that's why I do these reacts, because I give takes, right? But I also really enjoy the edited videos, which I need to get back. Like, I want you guys to know how desperately I want to do something gaming show news. Like, I want to do that. And even though, like, if I do it, if I go, like let's just go take a look. Let's go to the channel. Something gaming news show. I love doing this. It was probably some of my, I really do love doing this. I enjoy doing this. I love experimenting and playing with shit. Like, obviously I had some, it's not as successful as I would like it to be, but I really do love it. And I would like to continue to experiment and build into it. And yeah, that's what I would like to do. It's just really hard to do like a thumbnail to get people to actually want to watch it. But I am glad that even if I get 1,000, like I'm still happy with 1,000 views. Listen, I don't care about views in the sense that I want to be a big channel. I spend a shit ton of time with some of the stuff, and I just want to I laugh at my own shit. When I do editing, I do stuff that makes me laugh, and I just want to show it. I just want to show it off. Like, this is my baby. I put time into this. I made this. And it's like, you know how those ladies, they just take their baby and shove it in your face? Like, isn't this cute? No, this is like, isn't this funny? That's me. Like, I made this. Isn't this funny?
So long. Like, a good majority of my life. Honestly, like I not even almost half my life will round playing Destiny. Because obviously I played before I became a content creator too, and I feel like I've really tried to hold my opinions to the same standard that I used to before I became a creator, because I know a lot of people are very critical of that, people changing their opinions when they become creators. I will say it has shifted, because I've heard so many opinions of you guys, whether it's through the YouTube comments or the Twitch chat over the years, on how you feel about certain parts of Destiny. And I feel like I have a very well-rounded opinion of how the game operates and all the things that people like and don't like.
Yep.
So,
which is where I feel like I have it is crazy. And I'm going back to my channel, and I'm going to do it every fucking time. We go back to my channel. I don't care about Mr. Beast. Sorry, Mr. Beast. You're not something gaming news. By the way, there we go. Thank you. This video, I wanted to say how much of a fucking prophet I am. I had the pulse on the community from the before Edge of Fate came out. I literally had a pulse on the community, and I'm a fucking prophet. I know this shit. I almost want to do like a live stream where we rewatch this just to watch it and react to my own fucking video. An hour. You know what? Maybe we'll do that as like a member thing, a member video for my members. I don't know if anyone will give a shit if I react to this again, but damn, it's crazy how much I have a finger on the pulse of the community.
To the future of Destiny, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going to happen, but I also have to. What's the good saying? Hope for the best, plan for the worst.
Yep.
In the sense of we have to be forward.
You can be a realistic optimist or optimistically realistic. Like you want the best to happen, but you know reality. You know that this is what is probably going to happen, what can happen, but you're hoping for the best, but you're not going to get caught with your pants down.
Looking, and that obviously I'm lucky to do what I do, and I could wake up tomorrow and I don't know, YouTube could be deleted or something, but
Rip.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot to look forward to. I don't want to be all Doomerville on Destiny, and I think I'll always come back and play the fun new stuff that comes out. So whether it's like a raid or a dungeon, I just can't sit around and play strikes for hours anymore. Because again, all my tools have been taken away. There's no fun videos to make on it anymore. And that's the thing that I really enjoy doing, is bringing value to you guys on YouTube and on the Twitch side, where we can just, like back in the COVID days, it used to just be like a podcast. I remember so many people would just come hang out, we would chat, and I'd just run strikes on repeat. And I'll always hold those memories.
I did that. I have a couple of videos that are on the back burner that I haven't released while we were playing Nether, where I was just kind of vibing and talking to chat. Yeah, I mean, kind of do that.
With me. And that, like, how many fun times we've had. But Bungie's lack of
care,
making memorable experiences the past few years, I feel like is a big turnoff for a lot of players. I don't know where that disconnect lies. We could really dig into the psychology of that later, but that would be for another video.
Do
I
it.
don't wanna
Do
make
it.
this too long.
Do it.
I should have said this earlier. I just got a little sidetracked. Is that I don't want to disrespect that community that built me. And that's you guys. I know a lot of you are here for specifically Destiny content, and I will continue to upload Destiny videos when I have stuff that I can make cool videos on.
I hope you guys are here to just watch anything I react to, especially if it's like video game drama and or my skits or reviews, because the reality is that's what my plan is, to just continue having fun. I have fun. I have fun reacting and talking to the community, my community. I enjoy, trolling people that are upset. There is nothing more. It's like having a digital punching bag, someone that I control and make upset, because I'm literally just venting at this point. I have a digital punching bag that's just willingly putting itself out there. So I love trolling and or having a conversation where I can vent to someone. Like, instead of talking to a wall, I'm talking to a chatter. And that feels better than talking to a wall, because 99% of things that happen in Destiny, I'm not going to go to my coworker and be like, yo, Bungie just did this stupid shit. Can you believe that? Wait, what's Destiny? Who's Bungie? Don't you have a job to do? Yeah, you're right.
Or videos that I feel like are fun, but I don't want it to feel forced. And I understand if naturally people are going to leave along the way. It's not like I'm going anywhere. I feel like Destiny is running away from me, is what I feel like. So it's not a goodbye. It's more of let's wait and see what happens with Bungie and the game, because there's nothing I can do. It's completely out of my control. But I just like to keep you guys in the loop, because I know a lot of people are curious and asking, and interest is at an all-time low. But let's hope for the best, plan for the worst, Thank you guys for everything, and we will see where the wind takes us. We'll see you next time.
All right. There it is. Go ahead and check out the video. Link will be down below. I'm going to give it a like on my alt account. Yeah, I mean, I agree with most of the stuff. I appreciate that he didn't just straight up, like, he covered a lot about the drama and the community, but he didn't really, like, he didn't blame the community. Did you notice that? He talked about the negativity. He talked about people being upset, and yet he didn't blame the community. It's crazy when you're a content creator and you don't blame the community, but you blame the incompetence of the company that doesn't give a fuck. I know, it's a crazy concept. You'd think content creators will learn, but they're gonna learn the hard way, I guess. I'm Mr. Game Counselor. Hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. We're almost to 4,000 subscribers. Link to his video will be down below. And as always, don't forget to game out. Huzzah! All right, chat. I am cooked. I am tired. I've got 30 minutes before I go to bed. I'm going to upload. I'm going to make a thumbnail for the video tomorrow. Actually, I already have the thumbnail. I just got to edit it and retweak it. But I will be, I don't know, tomorrow. The thing about streaming is, like, I would love to do this every day. And I'm going to give you a brutally honest reason why I don't do this every day. I come home, I take my pants off, and I watch anime. That sounds a little creepy. I just take my pants off to relax, but I literally watch anime and I binge watch. I'll find a new series, and even if it's like A tier or like B tier, C tier anime slop, I will still binge watch the whole thing. So that's why sometimes if you just don't see me live stream, it's just because I'm watching anime. I'm not lying. I wish I don't even play Destiny. Like, I'm literally just watching anime, petting my cat. Because after a long day of work, sometimes I I don't give a shit. Hero X recently. I've been trying to catch up on some other ones. I'm trying to catch up on Shield Hero. Lord of Mysteries. I'm excited for Free Run Season 2. I'm excited. I'm excited for Free Run Season 2. I'm excited. Anyways, I think you guys, you have yourself a wonderful night. If I'm on tomorrow, you'll see me. If not, well, it is what it is. And until next time, you have a good one. Bye-bye. Goodbye. So long. Oh.